Hey, it's Space Marines,
It's Space
baby.
Marines
It's
Day.
Space Marines.
Space Marines.
Space Marines.
Space Marines.
Space Marines.
It's the army that every 40k player, including me, has had.
That's right. That's right. Everyone loves their Space Marines. And weirdly enough, it's the second one that Games Workshop has put out.
I was actually really surprised.
But hey, NIDs are important, I guess.
They're new. They're spicy. If you want to check it out, me and John and I just did a review. It was awesome. I got to complain about spore mines being a thing again. You love spore mines, don't you?
We love spore mines, but that's not about this. This is
Space Marines.
All right, Quentin, we're doing the Space Marines.
We are.
We're reviewing the index that Games Workshop put out on Warhammer Community not too long ago. And boy, is this a big one?
Boy, howdy.
Yeah. This is a large index.
Yeah, it's 252 pages.
Yeah,
it's got some ups. It's got some downs. It's got tactical marines. It's got desolators.
Yeah, we're gonna. So I think we should just get right into it. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So the army faction ability is Oath of Moment, which everyone's pretty much seen before, which is just pick unit in your command phase, and your whole army gets rerolls, hits, and wounds against it. That's
right.
pretty good.
That's good.
Really good.
Love that.
There's don't roll for it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Just, you get it. Have a good day.
Yep. And if you want to find out, by the way, about how to use your abilities from Space Marines to your best potential, you want to head over to thewarroom.vhx.tv. That's down in the description below.
Right there.
We have a 3-day free trial, and you can try out a War Room, learn more about the hobby that you love, and become your best. And
all kinds
be sure
of fun
to check
stuff.
that out. If you like the video, please leave us a comment or a like down below. It really helps us out. But let's continue getting into it.
All right. So the Space Marines detachment is the Gladius Strike Force, which is actually very good.
Yes.
It's very good.
It looks very strong.
It looks very good.
So we'll have to see what all the individual subfactions abilities are and
coming out
strats.
in the future.
But we'll have to see. They can all use this one, so we'll have to see if Gladius is worth running. Looks like it is. So what's the Gladius Strike Force do, Quinn?
Okay, so you get Doctrines. Doctrines are back, but instead of being this thing that you cycle through and they give you like extra AP, they're once a game benefits that you pick. So Devastator Doctrines lets you shoot in the turn that you advance. Basically, your whole army gets assault weapons. Very strong. Tactical Doctrines let you shoot and charge in a turn in which you fell back, and Assault Doctrine allows you to declare a charge in a turn you advance. So army-wide, advance and charge. As a Drukhari player, I can tell you that is an awesome ability.
Yes.
So they're just very flexible. They give a lot of maneuverability to a Marine player. It means that, on the turn that you're going to be committing your assault unit, you can just advance and charge. On the turn that you want all of your guns to get in range, you can just advance and shoot. And then after you get stuck in, you can just pull back and blast them. Yeah,
they seem really, really good. Army-wide advance and charge is incredibly strong. It's been one of the strongest mechanics of 9th edition, so I cannot imagine it wouldn't be one of the strongest mechanics.
Genuinely incredible.
And
we saw NIDs lost a lot of access to it.
Yes, yes. And there's also ways to manipulate these if you want to use them again. I know that being able to advance and shoot and being able to advance and charge is something that also gives you benefits throughout the entire game because your opponent has to plan around it. So even if you're not using it in a turn, your opponent still has to be further away from you because they don't want to get charged or they don't want to get shot or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of pre-measuring and high-level play. And if you want to find out more about that, go check out the War Room.
Oh, did you have a fun fact for today?
I do have a fun fact for today.
I've been told that the Quentin fun facts are where it's at, and I haven't had one yet.
Okay, so today's fun fact of the day is also about the army. It's about knights, actually. So, although knights declined during the 16th century with the rise of gunpowder firearms, their code of chivalry was often echoed in the First and Second World War Wars by fighter pilots. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fun facts.
Yeah. They were also the inspiration for Space Marines. Got those big old pauldrons.
Oh, yeah. I got those shoulder pads of justice. Mm-hmm. All right. So we got some stratagems.
Which are very good.
Looks like they're very good. So we got Only in Death Does Duty End. And again, you can find all of these rules on Warhammer Community.
Yep.
So if you want to head on over there, you can just download these, follow along with
They're
us.
under the download section. You got to tab over to Warhammer, and it's the very first one because they're the most recent upload.
Yep. Or it's just the first article on their website.
That also works.
That works too.
Yeah.
All right. So only in death does duty end. Fight phase after an enemy unit selected its targets. It's 2 CP, so it's a little expensive, but still quite good.
If only there were a way to make strats free, Jack. If only there were very many ways to make strats free.
Or if this was worth it either way.
Yes.
So you pick one of your units that was selected as the target of one of the attacks, and you fight on death for the unit.
Which is amazing.
That's very good.
Very good.
You just take your opponent down with you, and then on your turn, you trade up.
So if you have a really chonky combat unit, or if there's some kind of a murder character, in your lines, Space Marines are actually very good at combat, just like into basic things, like Eldar. You can just beat them to death with your rifle stocks. It's just a very good strat.
Yes. Oh, yeah. If only Calgar gave you 5 extra CP. Don't jump the gun. We'll get there.
Yeah.
All right. So, Only in Death Does Duty End is a fantastic fight
fantastic
control.
strat.
It's great fight control. Love to see that. Honor the Chapter, 1 CP in the fight phase. Melee weapons equipped by models unit have Lance. And if you're under the Assault Doctrine, improve AP by 1.
This is an amazing stratagem.
Yes.
One of the best we've seen in 9th edition so far.
Yeah, it's
Or
on
10th
the
edition
charge. So you get +1 AP if you're an Assault Doctrine, and then on the charge you get +1 to wound. And that's any unit.
So it's +1 AP, +1 to wound, which makes any, okay unit, a very legitimate combat threat. It makes any legitimate combat threat absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, I can't imagine, Sanguinary Guard or Blade Guard vets
Yeah,
with this
+1 to
strat.
wound, +1 AP. This is wild.
Yeah, you just churn people.
Yeah.
Armor of Contempt is similarly strong. I think all of their strats are very
Very
strong.
good, yeah.
Armor of Contempt is right after your opponents pick their targets, you just reduce incoming AP by 1. And with AP looking to be down across the board, at least in NIDS and in this book, AP has gone down. If you can take it even further down, that's really strong.
Very strong.
Especially because armor saves have not gotten worse.
No. So, weapons that were a lot of times AP3 are now AP2. You use a strat and they're now AP1. And then all of a sudden, things that were 9th edition were just wiping squads of Marines, no problem. Get a 4-up save against.
Yep. Or a Terminator in cover.
Just doesn't
gets
care.
a 2-up.
Yep.
Don't care. You don't care against AP2. An AP2, as you said, is the AP3 of the past. So that is very, very good. It's very, very good. Yes, there are ways to get free strats. Don't worry.
We'll get there.
We'll get there real soon.
Real
soon.
This index is 252 pages. Bear with us. We're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, if you enjoy going deep dive in a new codex and finding or index and finding out what it's all about, stay tuned.
We have a super chat from Zlack Onion from $10 US. Thank you very much, Zlack Onion. Qtron, what is your funniest Flash Gets fact? They wear pirate hats.
They do wear pirate hats.
Which means they're pirates. And did you know many pirate ships were actually run democratically?
I did actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. All right. So, second page of stratagems. We've got Adaptive Strategy, which 1 CP in your command phase, you pick a unit and you select a Devastator, Tactical, or Assault. And then that doctrine is up for that unit.
So can we just take a minute and talk about what this stratagem is? This stratagem is 1 CP, advance and charge, or advance and shoot, or fall back, shoot and charge.
And also you can combo it with the other
stratagems
strats to get the benefits of those strats.
So you take your good assault unit and you say 1 CP advance and charge, 1 CP +1 to AP, +1 to wound.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's
This
if you have
is
some way
really
to get
good.
free stratagems, that's gonna
That's really good.
that's gonna hit really, really hard.
Yeah, okay. Good strat, you guys.
Yeah, that's real good.
strat.
Real good.
Yeah.
Storm of Fire in your shooting phase. 1 CP, ranged weapons get ignores cover, and if you're under the effects of Devastator Doctrine, improve the AP by 1.
We're going to talk about it later. But there is a specific combo in this index that uses the stratagem, and
It does a lot of damage.
it does a lot of damage.
Does a lot of
it's
damage.
Yeah. I think it's a really good time to insert the Vietnam helicopter cat gif.
The dog?
The dog gif, yeah.
The Nam dog?
Yeah. Oh, we went on a super chat.
All right, Kellen Foster, $5 super chat. Don't know much about Marines, but seeing speeder tornadoes as little bombers genuinely made me chuckle. I like how everyone has rules to make them special. Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting because every data sheet has a different thing it does.
Which is cool. I really like it in theory. It's definitely gonna take some time to learn them all.
Yes, especially because we had a couple years to learn them all last time, and even so we were finding units that were
good.
interesting.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be very different because, one speeder does this and the other speeder does something completely different irrespective of what their guns are. So that's going to be very exciting. And then finally, squad tactics, 1 CP. Your opponent's movement phase just after an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback. You pick an infantry or mounted unit within 9 inches, and they can move D6 or 6 if they're under the effect of tactical doctrine. And you can't pick a unit within engage range. So all 6 of these stratagems are insane.
They're bananas. You won some AOS GTs.
Yeah, redeploy is very strong
good
in AOS.
So basically what this means is on any infantry or mounted unit, your opponent charges on 1d6.
Because they move up, then you move d6 back, then they charge 2d6. Yeah, it's miserable to try to deal with.
If you're in tactical doctrine, you have reverse from the future.
Yeah, they're 2d6 minus 6.
Yeah.
There appear to be some amount of effects like this in the game. We will see how many there are, but this is very strong, being able to move in your opponent's turn. Very strong in AOS.
Good.
Very strong in 40k.
It's just good.
We'll see. We'll see how that. But that's an incredible mechanic.
Connor Ward, War Member for 4 months. Thank you. GW to Marine players, please, bro, please. Buy a few models, please, bro, please. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we don't know points. We will see. It is possible that Marines will be very highly costed. Right now, they are a horde army.
Weirdly enough.
Somehow.
But I expect that they won't be.
Yeah.
We don't know points, and so the thing is, no matter how good a rule is or how bad a rule is, there's a point cost to which it's fine.
It's fine,
and
right.
Where it's good.
Like, Imperial Knights are way better than, cultists, but it's fine, right? Because cultists cost 6 points, and Imperial Knights cost, 450 or whatever a knight costs.
Yeah.
So
what that means is you can look at a character and be like, that dude is insane, but if he costs 500 points,
it's whatever.
Probably not.
Yeah.
If he costs 50, probably yes.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind as we go through the
indexes.
index.
It's possible that GW wanted to change Marines and make them feel like more of an elite force, and giving them awesome rules with making them cost an appropriate amount, probably totally fine.
Yes. All right. So let's go over the enhancements. Looks like they have 4. Adeptus Astartes Artificer, they get Feel No Pain 5+ and a 2-up save.
Seems good. Just good.
Seems good. It's pretty strong. The problem is that, unlike in 9th edition, characters can't tank for their unit.
Yeah.
So it's really only good if your opponent tries to duel you, or if you're the last model left, or if you have lone operative, or if that's basically it. Or if they have precision attacks.
Probably not going to be taking this.
Unlikely. I mean, it depends on the points cost,
fair.
right?
If it's 5 points or whatever, I might take it. We don't know how many enhancements you can take, I don't think. So I don't know if I would just want this taking up, assuming there's a slot limit. I don't know if I'd want it taking up a slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Honor Vehement. Adeptus Astartes model only, +1 attacks and strength to their melee weapons. And while they're under Assault Doctrine, +2. That seems decent. It depends on the points cost.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a really smashy character, you gotta do a Thunderhammer or something.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Then you give it to him, and he just has a lot of strength and a lot of extra strength, a lot of extra attacks. Yep. Might take him up to the point where you can start hitting, vehicles effectively.
Yeah.
So Honor Vehement's quite good. Adept of the Codex, give it to a captain only. At the start of your command phase, if he's on the battlefield, instead of selecting a combat doctrine, you can select the tactical doctrine. If you do, until the start of your next command phase, that doctrine is active for the bearer's unit only, even if you've already selected that doctrine to be active for your army this battle. So, if you don't select a doctrine, they can be in tactical.
Yep.
Which lets them fall back, shoot, and charge.
So basically, it's 3 times the game you get a doctrine, and then the other 2 turns, this dude's unit is in tactical doctrine. Seems fine. Seems cool.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. So it seems fine. It depends on the cost. There is an opportunity cost because you can only use it when you don't use other ones for your army. Feels a little iffy. I don't know what the use case for that is really. Bolter Discipline, on the other hand, I don't really care what it costs.
Yeah, you take this in every Marine list, full stop. You take it.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah, enhancements will cost points, for the record. We don't know what the points cost is, but they cost points.
They cost points.
Bolter Discipline. While the model is leading a unit, range weapons, not just bolters, Ranged weapons equipped by models in that unit have sustained hits 1. That's pretty good.
That's just good.
And while the Bears unit is under the effects of the Devastator Doctrine, which you can just make happen, each time a model in that unit makes a ranged attack, a successful unmodified hit roll of 5+ scores a critical. That's pretty scary.
Pretty scary.
That's pretty scary.
So what if you... What, Jack, imagine a unit that had both Bolter Discipline and Storm of Fire. So it ignored cover. And it had exploding 5s.
And it had additional AP.
Yeah, additional AP and your exploding 5s. And then you gave it 4 rolls to hit and wound. And imagine if that was a unit that shot out of line of sight.
That unit would hurt to get shot by.
Yeah, and it also had 9 cracked missiles. Or Dark Lances.
Yes. So the question is, can anyone lead Devastators? I'm not 100% sure. Probably.
Devastators?
We'll get through. Yeah. Desolators is the way you really need to be thinking of.
The answer is yes.
Yes,
there are 2 characters who can, and one of them is very good with Desolators, because you give them both 2 Discipline, and then you pop Storm of Fire 5 turns in a row.
That hits.
It's gross.
Yeah. Hellblasters also very scary with it.
Yeah.
Bolter Discipline seems bananas.
Yeah.
Because as long as you put them in Dev Doctrine, which you want to do, you advance and shoot, no penalty. And then you just go, oh, look at that, reroll hits and wounds with exploding 5s. And
AP1 ignores cover. Yeah, no, we get out of here. Go away.
Especially if you have anything else that triggers off a critical hit, like lethal hits or something like that. Yeah. All right. Nice picture. Nice art. Art.
Space Marines.
Starting to get into data sheets.
The Primaris Captain.
That's right. So let's...
you know what I miss, Jack?
What do you miss, Gwen?
I miss the days where there was one captain data sheet and just had a lot of war gear, instead of there being the captain with power sword and bolt pistol, the captain with bolt pistol and storm shield, the captain with power sword and power maul, or whatever.
Yeah, well, those days are over.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into a Primaris Captain. We're going to see a lot of similar things on captains. They have a lot of the same abilities.
They have a captain stat line. It's basically exactly what you'd expect. Move 6, toughness 4, 3 up save, 5 wounds, leadership 6, and 1 OC.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that.
They're all the stat line.
Mash-crafted power weapon is a pretty decent stat line at 6 attacks, hitting on 2s at 5/2/2. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, no, he hits.
It looks like in 10th edition, he hits pretty hard.
It's a respectable.
Power Fist, 1 less attack, but strength 8.
Yeah.
Don't hate that.
Honestly, you pick either one of these, and I wouldn't fault you for which one you picked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rites of Battle. Yes, it will say on a character what they can join. So, for example, the Primaris Captain can only join Blade Guard if they have the Relic Shield. And they cannot be attached to Hellblasters unless they're equipped with a Plasma Pistol. You gotta match the unit you're equipped with.
Which is a little annoying. They're very restrictive on what characters can join what units.
Yes.
One thing that you guys will notice is there's a lot of really awesome characters, then you'll find out they can only join a Garbage Squad.
Yeah, there's like insane combat characters that can join Assault Marines on foot.
Yeah, and you're like, okay.
Okay.
Who cares?
Sweet. All right, so captains generally have Rites of Battle, which is once a battle round, a unit from your army with this ability. So you can't do it once per captain, because you can take multiple captains.
You can take like 18 captains.
Yeah, because they're all different data sheets.
Different data sheets.
But only one of those captains per battle round can be targeted by a stratagem for 0 CP, and it lets you double up on the stratagem, which is very strong. Lets you use...
Fight on death twice.
Let's use Fight on Death twice. I'm not sure on Overwatch, because Overwatch has its built-in restriction. We'll have to see.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to see FAQs on that. But it might. It totally might. You can rapid ingress twice, things like that. Mm-hmm. You can put a unit into Dev Doctrine twice. Very strong. Not only does it let you do it for free, it lets you double up. That's very strong.
You can have 2 units advance in charge and get... Or you couldn't do the Lance Strat twice. You get 1 or the other strat.
Well, if you're actually an Assault Doctrine, you can use the Lance Strat twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fate Stay Dreamer with a super chat. Judiciar plus Blade Guard. I am happy. Me too.
Yeah, me too. They're
that
cool
seemed
unit.
Fun. Yeah.
They're a super cool unit.
Yeah.
So this Rites of Battle ability seems very strong. I want this in my army, but let's see what else.
I think every Space Marine army takes at least 1 captain.
Looks like it. The free double up strat
is just very good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Once per battle at the start of the fight phase, you can use Finest Hour. If you do, you get +3 attacks and Devastating Wounds. Devastating Wounds is insane.
This is Banana Lands.
It's an insane special rule, so having it once a game is pretty good, especially if you find some way to have access to rerolls. Which
I think one thing that's important to note when reading these Marine data sheets is any one of these units can just flurry rolls to hit and wound.
Yes, because you pick their target.
Yep.
And you're like, you, bye.
Because most of 40k is like, I gotta kill this chase stuff that I don't really care about, and then we have one big thing that needs to die and just go away.
Yeah, just disappear. So I think that Space Marines melee units are going to be very, very strong. I'm excited for that as a Blood Angels gamer.
Woo!
Yeah?
Woo! Space Marines. Let's go.
I'm excited to put a Primaris Captain with a shield in a unit of Blade Guard and just make people disappear. I have a magic trick. Ba-boom, your unit disappeared. Alright, Zlakonian with a $5 super chat. Do Desolators curb the hypothetical Eldari Scourge? Are Marines the rock to any T3 Army Scissors? It depends on
who
Eldar
knows?
when we see the full book and when we see points.
Points, yeah. I mean, it's possible. It's also possible that every Eldar player knows they're going to be fighting 10 Desolators across the table, and so their lists are all max Wave Serpents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what you basically saw towards the end of 9th was that every Eldar player would have a plan if they were going into 10 Desolators.
So my KC list had 8 Wraithguard, because Desolators don't really kill Wraithguard very well.
And then there were things like with armor saves and cover that would take like 2-ups against them or 3-ups.
You could put Protect on units and then Fortune them and they'd be fine.
Yeah, so you might see people build around it, but I would be surprised if Eldar couldn't get around it. But again, we'll have to wait until we see
also
the data sheets.
probably, assuming with the support weapon data sheet we saw at KC Open, probably wins the indirect war with Desolators.
Yeah, the range is
an issue, but we'll see.
The range is an issue, but anything in that range is just dead. On your turn or your opponent's.
Fyodor Dostoevsky, which is the...
You read the pronunciation guide?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's Danskievsky, not Dostoevsky.
Right.
Yeah. I have an excuse to have for an ATV in my Templars now. Putting Chappie on bike with 6 Outriders and ATV is a nice kill bomb. Yeah, no, it actually seems really solid.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I haven't looked through this index as much as a couple others, but I'm very excited. I'm going to be building up my Blood Angel army. So it's going to be fun.
Yep.
All right, so Primaris Captain, depending on points, looks awesome, right? Yep. Hits very hard, especially once a game. Has a wide-ranging loadout. Not too wide-ranging. Various flavors of decent in combat. That's mostly it. We'll see most shields give +1 wound, which is interesting on some units.
It is very much what I would expect from a Primaris Captain. He's an awesome hero. He hits pretty hard. He's got some cool rules. Seems like a Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Nids, for example, is another one I've looked through.
Yeah.
But yes, Rites of Battle, Finest Hour look awesome. All right. Let's go to Captain in Gravis armor.
He's the same as above, but he's +1 wound and +1 toughness, which you'll see Gravis 1 up to toughness 6.
Yes.
And instead of getting extra attacks, he has damage.
Yes. He has Rites of Battle, but he has Refuse to Yield, which is half incoming damage, which, in my opinion, not nearly as good. You can't tank for your unit.
Yeah.
So if he could tank for his unit, awesome. Sweet. He stands in front of the unit. He takes attacks like a champ, and then we move on.
Yep.
But unfortunately, you can't, which means if you need a guy in Gravis armor with Rites of Battle, then this is your guy. But I'm not as impressed with him as the Primaris Captain.
No, if you want to stick him, he can join like aggressors and stuff. Yeah, he's fine, I guess. I don't know.
He can go in aggressors, eradicators, heavy intercessors.
I think he's one of those characters that is limited by the units he can go in.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, he would be amazing if he could get like if he were in 9th edition where he halves damage and suddenly he's insanely tanky.
Yeah.
But the fact is, his unit will die around him, and then he is the last one standing, and then he's like, "Wow, I'm tanky," but his unit's dead.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Also, he's kind of useless without a thing. He just hits kind of hard.
He hits kind of hard, but he
got extra attacks on the blade, chainsword, or fist, which is fun.
Yeah, so if he has the mastercrafted power weapon, and then he has the relic blade, he has 8 attacks. Now, is that as much as the Primaris Captain with Finest Hour? No.
Yeah, you're fine. Points depending. Who knows?
Yeah, points depending. I mean, the Primaris Captain is better in combat once, and the Captain Gravis armor is better in combat multiple times.
But how often is your Primaris Captain surviving multiple rounds of combat?
Decently often, depending on the unit he's in, I would assume. I don't know, though. Not that impressed with Captain Gravis armor.
No,
durable characters are not unimportant, but not as important.
Yep.
Alright. Captain in Phobos.
Still has Rites of Battle. He's got to redeploy at the wrong time And
No. After both players have deployed their armies and determined who has first turn.
Oh, this is at the correct time.
Yes.
The NID one is you deploy and then you do it, but you don't know who goes.
Yes. The Captain and Phobos armor seems really good for that. Select up to 3 friendly Phobos, Scouts, or Scout Snipers, and you redeploy all of them.
Which is good. It means you can put your, like, what are they, like, Reavers or whatever, in an aggressive position, and then if you go second, you just pull them back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it does not say, unlike in 9th edition, where when you did a redeploy on something in midboard, you had to pull them back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can just put them forward?
It just says you redeploy them.
Yeah. No, it seems great.
This Captain Phobos armor, that ability is fantastic.
Yep.
Depends on what has Phobos. Obviously, Scouts and Scout Snipers are Scouts and Scout Snipers.
His gun is kind of cute. It's one shot, but it's damage 2. It's
And
got
precision.
stealth. Yeah.
So he doesn't do any damage.
No. He, like shockingly no damage.
He does no damage. But what he does do is he has a redeploy, which is fantastic.
Yeah, redeploys are very good.
Really, really good.
I did
And he has
not
Rites
take
of Battle.
Eldrad's Warlord trait in my elf white list because I wanted the redeploy. Yeah.
It is that good. Mm-hmm. And we'll see how a lot of the other units, a lot of the other redeploys, how they shake out. Mm-hmm. But the one in NIDS, for example, is after you've deployed, but not before you know who's going first.
It's possible that might get a day one FAQ.
But before you're going
knows?
first. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So he can go in Eliminators, Incursors, Infiltrators, Reavers, Scouts, or Scout Snipers.
Really? He can join Scouts?
He can join Scouts.
That's actually really interesting.
Even though he's Primaris. We got a Captain in Terminator armor, the new one released with the Leviathan box.
He's a Captain in Terminator armor.
Yes, he is. You can reroll charge rolls for his unit.
Yep.
He can get a Relic Shield and have a wound characteristic of 7. He's pretty tough. He seems like a captain you can put in Terminators.
Yep.
If you want Rites of Battle in your Terminators, he's how you're getting it.
Yep, that is exactly correct, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a captain in Terminator armor.
He's a captain you can put in Terminators.
Yep. Cool.
Yep. It's not bad. I mean, Rites of Battle is very good.
Yes, The manlit captain.
The regular captain.
The regular
with the
captain. I actually like this model.
I do.
Yeah.
It's sweet. So he has Rites of Battle. He also has Finest Hour, so he hits pretty dang hard.
Is he just basically the exact same as the Primaris captain, but with 1 less wound?
No, he's the same amount of wounds. He has 1 less attack, it looks like.
Oh. Okay.
No, he has the same amount of attacks. Yeah, he's exactly the same.
He's a Primaris captain, but he can go in firstborn units.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You can also give him Inferno Pistol, it looks
Sweet.
like. Yeah. What can he go to, though?
Tactical squads, assault squads, command squads, Vanguard veteran squads.
So we'll have to see what Vanguard veteran squads do later down, but I've taken a look at them and they do not hit that hard.
No.
they do not hit as hard as you might want. Yeah. Command squads are interesting, but he's a way to get Rites of Battle
in your firstborn.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. If you want Rites of Battle in your firstborn, here's how you do it.
He's pretty cool. Pretty cool. The problem is, so you can't get a Relic Shield and a Relic Weapon, which makes no sense, but you can get a Close Combat Weapon, which is garbage.
Yep.
So,
Fine.
He's fine. If you want him in a firstborn squad, boom,
he's
there you go. And he is as good as the Primaris one, just can't join as good units.
Yeah.
Captain with Jump Pack can join. Assault Squad Jump Pack, Vanguard Veteran Squad Jump Pack. I like
if you want them, he's here. Is he just the same as all the other ones?
He gives +1 strength to their melee weapons on the charge.
That's actually kind of cool.
That is
actually kind of cool.
And it combos with Lance as well. So 1 CP, you give them Lance.
Strength 5 +1 to wound. They wound other Marines on 2s.
Yeah, well, Vanguard Veterans are Strength 5.
So go to Strength 6.
They go to Strength 6 with +1 to wound, and if they're in Assault Doctrine, they go to AP 2. That is actually a legitimately damaging unit, in my mind. We'll do a deeper analysis of Vanguard Veterans when we get to them, but
yeah,
I think a Captain of the Jump Pack is necessary to make
I'm glad he's still around, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves to be here.
He doesn't have the supercharged combat, the Finest Hour, but I'd much rather give his unit +1 strength.
Okay, so Space Marine 2, the trailer has Captain or Lieutenant Titus now or whatever with a jetpack, but he's crossed the Rubicon. I want the Primaris with a jetpack.
Everyone wants a Primaris unit.
That. Okay, that'd be super cool. Games Workshop, do it.
But so he also gives himself +1 strength, so he goes up to Strength 6.
Yeah.
It's a good ability, especially with Lance. It just starts ruining people. And then he has the Rites of Battle. Very strong.
Yeah.
Captain of the Jump Pack, again, it depends on points cost, but if you're running Van Vets with Jump Packs, I assume you run a Captain of the Jump Pack with them.
Captain on bike.
Captain on bike.
Gives you assault. That's actually pretty cool.
Yep, you can advance and shoot your weapons, and he has rights of battle. Not going to go over it too much again.
What can he join?
He can join
like
bikes and Outriders.
Cool.
He can join Outriders. Outriders
I actually
cool.
don't hate Outriders right now.
Yeah.
No, they're pretty cool.
Yep. Primaris Lieutenant gives the unit lethal hits and shoot and charge after you fall back.
There's going to be a whole lot of these, and they all do pretty similar things.
Yep, just like the captains. You can do
they're a lieutenant.
You do the captain effect in a unit.
Yeah.
You do the lieutenant effect in a unit.
So one interesting thing to note is that a lieutenant can join a unit that a captain has already joined, which is normally only one character can join a unit. This guy gets around it.
Yes. So as we see down below, you can attach this model to one of the above units, even if one captain or chapter master model has already been attached to it. Mm-hmm. So you can have like your second in command in the unit. You'll make a very expensive unit that way, I assume, but you will make a much
better unit.
Much better unit.
I don't know, and he hits kind of hard.
He doesn't not hit.
No,
right?
he's got
5 attacks
Master
at
Graphic
5/2/2.
Yeah.
That feels pretty good. Or Power Fist is Strength 8. Yeah, Lieutenant seems good. If you really want to double down on one unit being very, very good,
yeah,
it's pretty good. Lethal hits and shoot and charge after you fall back are both very strong.
Yep.
And critically, you can't just attach him with any character. It's him and a captain or chapter master. Yep. That's it. He can go in Stern Guard, Intercessor. He can go in a whole
bunch of the walking Primaris dudes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blade Guard, weirdly enough, don't require him to have a Storm Shield.
Cool.
Like the captain did. Whatever. LT and Reaver Armor. Gives lethal hits.
Yay.
And then increases Terror Troops ability by 3 inches, which we will see what that does later.
Other than that, he does
nothing.
But like, actually, literally, he's got a bolt pistol with no AP.
But damage 2. And it's precision. So you can put 2 damage on that
and
character.
And his combat knife has precision, but his strength 4, AP 0, damage 1.
Yeah, I don't see him sniping too much out.
No, I don't see him doing much. I don't like this guy.
It depends on the Terror Troops range, and it depends on his points cost, right? If he's like 40 points, then
That's
whatever.
fair.
Give your Reavers lethal hits.
Okay, but like, real talk.
Yeah.
This guy's awesome. He's a Space Marine. Why did he just walk down to the armory and say, "Hey, bro, Tech Marine, why are you giving me a knife? I'm a Space Marine. Why did I not get like a power sword or like a power knife?" Or
those aren't stealthy.
You just got a regular knife?
Those aren't stealthy. You need stealthy weapon.
I guess, but like, it couldn't have been like an Astartes knife. Like, okay, whatever.
Listen,
let's move on.
Space Marine with a giant knife should hit harder than AP 0, but that's not where we're at.
The Intercessor statue at the KC Open made me realize that like Space Marines are actually big and scary.
Yeah.
And like if they're running at you like full speed and like shooting like a 50 cal at you like in their hands, like why is it winning me on 3s? That should be just like I die.
Yeah. I assume, and I'm not 100% sure, but I assume, to answer people in chat, the Scout 6 inches, I assume Reavers have that, because you need the whole unit to have Scout in order to Scout. So, yeah, the Power Sword hum gives them away.
Yeah, Jake the bolt pistol, the noted quiet weapon, yeah.
He can join Reavers alongside a Captain. That feels a bit expensive, but he can join them.
Yeah, okay.
Lieutenant and Phobos Armor gives Scout 6 inches, gives Infiltrators lethal hits. After the smallest unit is shot, if it's not within engage range, makes a more normal move up to D6. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually pretty cool, actually.
Yep, and he can join Incursors, Infiltrators, and Reavers, even if a Captain is already joined. LT is exactly the same as a Primaris LT, except not Primaris.
Primaris guy. Actually, yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't hate this dude. He seems fun.
Yeah, he seems fine. You can join Vanguard Vets, TAC, Command, and Assault Squad.
Yeah.
Primaris Librarian.
No.
We're just going to cut to the chase and point out that he can join Desolations.
Desolators, yeah.
Desolation, right there.
It means you can give him
stat.
Bolter Drill, and then your Desolators get was a 4-up invul and then a 4-up Feeling the Pain against psychic weapons.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
No.
He's a very good unit. It depends on his points cost. Obviously, I'm going to stop saying that, but you're just going to have to take that as a given. It depends on his points cost. But he does give a 4-up Feeling the Pain against psychic attacks. That's kind of mediocre. But the 4-up invuln is great, and the fact that he is a dude who can join Desolation Marines
and carry an enhancement.
It's pretty good.
Seems good.
It's pretty good.
Seems good.
Yeah, not much to say more than that. He can join a bunch of other things. He can join Stern Guard and give them, and Hellblasters, give them the 4-up invuln, and also carry the enhancement. He is one of only two units to be able to join Desolation.
Him and the Apothecary.
So he can join Desolation Marines. Desolation Marines are very strong. Again, Monkey Paw Curls. Somebody was like, damn, I wish Desolation Marines. He's very... He can join a lot of things. He can carry a buff. He gives a 4-up invuln. Very solid.
Yeah, his gun
very,
is
very
like
solid.
cute, I guess.
Yeah, his smite, it goes 24 inches at least.
Yeah.
And it will have exploding 5s if you give him Bolter Discipline. Because he's Mind Discipline. And then that hits fairly hard.
No, he's fine.
Honestly, he has a decent gun. Librarian and Phobos armor has smite as well.
The same thing.
Exact same thing.
I think he's the same dude, but he doesn't give you a 4-up invuln. He gives you stealth and can't be shot.
Outside 12. Yeah,
which
that's
is actually pretty good.
That is
it's
very
actually
strong.
very good. What can he join?
He can join Eliminators,
Okay.
Incursors, Infiltrators, and Reavers.
Okay, so he gives a unit like Lone Operative, basically.
Yeah, that's very strong.
I actually like this guy.
I like that,
a
yeah.
lot, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds
Depends
none of
on
those units
points,
like actually
as I
do
said.
anything,
But
yeah.
yeah, he seems... And he also hits not unhard, right? 4 attacks at 613 D3. It's not bad.
No, it's fine, yeah. This is the Terminator Librarian.
That was previewed.
He gives you sustained hits, not a 4-up invuln. Seems fine.
Because he joins a Terminator unit that already has one.
Yeah. No, he seems good. I don't hate him.
I don't hate him either.
Probably rather have a captain, but...
Sustained hits is real good.
Is it better than a free strat, though?
Maybe. So it's like a free strat all game. It's a call that you're going to make in the moment.
Yeah.
And so it does... We're not 100% sure if sustained hits 1 and sustained hits 1 stack. So like if you give this guy Bolter Discipline, does it give you sustained hits 2? Currently in the rules, it looks like no. That'll have to be clarified later. But yeah, he's quite solid. You go in and you just get exploding 6 to hit in combat.
Yep.
You get exploding 6 to hit in shooting. That's basically what he does. The Feel No Pain 4-up against psychic attacks is funny, but
yeah,
cute. He can join all 3 Terminator
playing like
types.
Thousand Suns or something, it's suddenly very good.
Yeah.
For Grey Knights or Eldar or whatever, and you know the army there's a lot of psychic attacks, but if you're playing like Guard, it's useless.
Yeah, the 4-up against psychic attacks is...
One astropath. Just like, screw that you. Screw you in particular.
Your little bolt pistol of a psychic weapon or whatever it is. It's just not going to work. Get out of here with that. So, I mean, he's decent. You could consider taking him or a captain, depending on what you want.
Yeah.
Regular Librarian, back to a 4-up invuln.
It's the same as before, but he can join a Walking Firstborn.
Yep, he can join
fine.
Walking Firstborn. It's fine.
He's fine.
The Jump Pack Librarian is died a sweet death, and we'll never see him again. You had to convert him up, so GW's not about that. All right, Primaris Chaplain. Let's get into what chaplains do. So whenever they make a melee attack,
+1 to wound.
+1 to wound.
That's good. That's good.
It's good.
That's good.
Once per battle at the start of any phase, you pick an Adeptus Astartes unit that's battle shocked, and it's no longer battle shocked.
That's
once
good.
per game.
Also good.
Also very good. So your opponent, charges you because you can't fight on death because you're battle shocked, and it's like
no.
Start of the charge phase, boom, not battle shocked anymore. Start of the fight phase, I fight on death now.
Yep.
Sounds
good.
Love it.
And then he hits exactly like you'd expect a captain to. Strength 6, AP 1, damage 2, 5 attacks hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And +1 to wound.
Jack, I need to take a minute. This guy, why does he have an Absolver Bolt Pistol when all of the other guys don't?
Because he has one right there. Right there.
Why can the Reaver Lieutenant not
right
walk
there.
down to the armory and just pick that up? Like, what?
Because the chaplain already got in there and took it.
I guess, yeah. The only one in the whole chapter.
Oh, the Jump Pack Librarians later on?
Oh,
All
he's
right, we'll get to it.
alive?
What's up?
He's alive, the Jetpack Librarian?
I guess so.
Okay.
We'll get to it. But yeah, the ability to, once again, unbattle shock your unit really prevents your opponent from being able to play around that.
Yeah.
So something like beginning of the shooting phase. All right, I'm unbattle shocked
If you're
now.
an army like Nids that builds around Battle Shock, and you're just like,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, so, it's something that can swing a critical moment, but it's not something that's going to have a persistent effect. That's the +1 to wound.
Yeah.
It's quite strong, though. +1 to wound and unbattle shocking a unit. How much is that worth? We'll find out.
We'll find out. The other thing is that you can just use the strat. So,
Yeah, but is the strat in the beginning of the... isn't it when you take a battle shock test?
No.
In the command phase?
The strat for +1 to wound.
You can if you're battle shocked.
Fair. It's fair.
And also +1 to wound's only on the charge.
True. Yeah.
And you might want it in other places. Yeah. I agree that the fact that you have +1 to wound elsewhere probably means
my
first
point
chaplain's
is that
less valuable.
you can get 70% of his value situationally with the CP and you just don't have to pay for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does hurt his value quite a lot. Chaplain and Termi armor. So 4 up, feel no pain against mortal wounds, which I'm not sure why the guy above him doesn't
Yeah,
have.
that's way better.
That's very good. And having +1 to wound is
also good. I mean, that's just good, right?
yeah. This dude rocks.
No, this dude's awesome.
This dude's awesome.
I actually really like this guy.
You put him in Terminators. So Terminators are very tough. They have Armor of Contempt. They can have cover. They're going to be very difficult to shift through traditional
Hold on,
means.
go back up. Melee attack. Okay, sorry. I thought for maybe ranged attack.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. All right, so Terminators, very tough to shift traditionally through traditional damage because they can be in cover, they have a 2-up, Armor of Contempt,
yeah.
very annoying to shift. So how do you do it? Mortal Wounds would be nice if you have access to that, if you have access to Devastating Wounds. Oh, look at that. Chaplain Terminator Armor comes across and gives them a 4-up against that.
Yeah, you take 10 dudes with Thunderhammer Storm Shields, and then this bro.
And Chaplain gives them +1 to wounds.
Also, Strength 8 +1 to wound means they start killing vehicles again.
Yes.
Like, really well.
Yep. They kill vehicles again, and especially if you Oath of Moment a target.
Go away.
And then they also delete infantry because they just wound on 2s.
Yep.
Yeah. This guy rocks.
No,
I want to
very
put him
good.
in a big Terminator
Very
unit
good, yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Just hard to get a hold of that model. Because that model, I believe, is an event exclusive.
Probably.
But convert up your own. So you can join all 3 Terminator units.
Your
Chaplain
favorite.
Mike. Yeah, this dude used to just be the chaplain you took. So again, +1 to wound in melee, and then Catechism of Fire. Each time this model's unit is selected to shoot, you can select one enemy unit within 12 inches invisible, and then ranged weapons equipped by models in this unit have Dev Wounds. Dev Wounds very strong. Dev Wounds very strong. Oh, also Leadership 5-up. So you keep your guys from Battle Shock. Because Leadership 5-up, as you're going to see, is very hard to acquire. So, Dev Wounds, each time they're selected to shoot, yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, it's really
Especially if you put them in a bunch of bikes with twin linked.
It's actually, it's actually really good.
That's actually very scary.
Got some bikes. You can join the Outriders and bikes. Yeah, no,
Bikes and Outriders.
legitimately like this guy.
Yep. Dev Wounds is very, very strong. And so, even if it only goes on, a bunch of twin bolt rifles or whatever,
Good.
still very, very
Like,
good.
how often do you have... The thing is, like, if you are only wounding on 6s, right? And you're shooting at something like a knight or whatever, it's got like a 2-up save, and it's like toughness 12. And you're wounding on 6s, you're like, probably it's not worth rolling out because you're not going to do any damage. But if your plan is to roll 2 or 3 6s, and you've got like 12 shots, that's not unreasonable if you're rerolling all your wounds.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that's 3 or 4 mortals, and that's like a not insubstantial amount of damage. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then the regular chaplain.
Walking chaplain.
Is
Exactly the same as the Primaris
chaplain.
one.
Sweet, we've already covered this one. Let's move on. He gets access to a power fist.
Cool.
Which is pretty decent. Power fists are real good, by the way.
Yeah.
Because they're not -1 to hit. Love them. He can join assault squads, command squads, tacticals, or walking van vets. Then there's the chaplain, or the jump pack, who gives +1 to wound. And whenever he's selected to fight, you select an enemy unit on a 4 through a 5, they take D3. On a 6, they take 3.
That's fine.
It's fine. Don't love it. The fact that you can replicate Litany of Hate.
It's not bad. I don't hate this guy.
Yeah, well, the fact that you can replicate it with the strat means I almost always want a captain, unless the chaplain is, like, fundamentally differently priced. Mm-hmm. Like, if the captain's, like, 140 and the chaplain's, like, 40, then I'm like, all right, chaplain all day. But, because the captain can replicate that with the free strat, and gives them +1 strength, and hits harder.
That sounds way better.
Yeah, it sounds way better.
Face the Penguin. Super chat just for Quentin's hate. Fence the Penguin. Sorry. Super chat just for Quentin's hate on the Reaver Lieutenant's terrible Wigger choices. Also nice to meet you both at KC. Nice to meet you too, Fence the Penguin. I have a crusade now against the Reaver Lieutenant. Why is he so bad?
He doesn't hit.
But why can't he just, he can't go to the store and get, like the Ogren Power Mall, or...
my theory is that he just never went to, weapons training.
Oh, he's just,
And he's just faking it until you make it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's... that guy could be really good if he, went to the armory and, picked something up. If he went to, I don't know, Space Marine General and just got any other weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Unfortunate, really.
Yeah.
All right, Tech Marine. So, trying to get through the characters at something of a reasonable pace because
there's so many. This book is long, you guys.
Yeah, this is longer than the Stormcast. When I was doing the Stormcast Eternals and I was playing them, it's like, why are there 80 data sheets? Well, there's like 150 here.
All right. Tech Marine. He has Lone Operative if he's within 3 inches of a vehicle.
Lone Operative is great.
It's pretty good.
Having it be conditional to having that vehicle be alive is less great.
Less great,
but you can be within 3 inches of multiple vehicles,
which is fun.
In your command phase, you pick a vehicle within 3 inches of the model.
+1 to hit, restore D3 wounds.
It heals D3 and gets +1 to hit.
And if a vehicle is destroyed within 12 inches,
he gets big mad.
7 attacks on his power axe. So I have this plan. You take 3 Primaris Tech Marines and a Land Speeder. The Land Speeder dies, and all of a sudden they're all super angry.
They're all very angry with their 7 attacks hitting on 3s, strength 6.
Yeah!
Woo! I believe he can join units, though, right? Yeah, he can.
What can he join?
He can join Assault Intercessors, Astartes Servitors, or Intercessors.
Wait, can he get the whole unit Lone Operative?
This model has Lone Operative? I would assume not.
Assume no?
I would assume not, because it's not his unit.
It'd be kind of funny, though, if you could just, like,
really yeah.
Remember Old Bodyguard? Just, like...
I assume they didn't like that, considering they nerfed it out of the game. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that because it gives it to him. This model has it. Yeah. It's for him being on his own.
Pretty funny, though.
But yes, if he gets big mad if you kill a vehicle near him, there's only friends.
I know.
Yeah, there's only friends in life, and you went and killed one.
He and the Reaver Lieutenant can be friends.
Oh, he hits way harder than the Reaver Lieutenant.
I know, it's so sad.
Boom! That's going to be very funny. The empowered Tech Marine just like... You did what to a Land Speeder? Boom!
This guy is exactly the same.
Yeah.
He's identical, but he can join Firstborn dudes instead.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's within 12 inches. That's very easy to proc.
Yeah. No, you get 3 of them, and you get a Land Speeder.
And then you kind of hit in combat?
Yeah.
Why don't you just take a captain?
Because this is way funnier, John.
It is way funnier. I will agree with that. Okay, the Servitors. While a Tech Marine is leading the unit, you improve the ballistic skill and weapon skill and characteristic of ranged melee weapons by 1. So it's all hits on 4s or 5s. Now it all goes to hits on 3s or 4s.
They seem fine.
They seem okay. It's about what their price is. You know, you get 4.
Yeah.
And they can join a unit that's being led by a Tech Marine.
They're fine.
It's cute. I don't know. You can join Intercessors that way.
I mean, if there's still like 15 points for 4 or whatever, there's just a unit, right?
Yeah. 2 of them can get like a plasma cannon or something that hits on 3s.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's like super fine. All right.
Yeah, it depends on their points. Like, if they happen to be undercosted, where you can staple them to a guy, like, I just don't see them being worth it.
No.
Because they're very fragile. Or you join them to a Tech Marine that's leading an Intercessor squad, and then you get...
Why?
Then why? You get 2 plasma cannons or 2 multi-melters or something. Woo. But, it's pretty funny.
Harry Adler, War Remember for 13 months. Thank
13
you.
Months.
Hello, hype for 10th. Before it's here, I was wondering if any Art of War members are going to ACO. Also, what are your favorite factions in lore and favorite faction terms of playstyle? Hope y'all have a great day.
Okay, so I don't believe anyone's going...
Don't believe anyone's going to ACO.
Anthony Vanella might, but I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
Favorite factions in the lore? Love me some Exodites. Also really like Custodes randomly enough.
Yeah,
they're just kind of
same.
awesome.
Yeah, Custodes.
The Custodes Codex is really well written, and whenever I want to like feel cool, I'll like read that because it's got some really cool names. In terms of playstyle, I really like Craft World and I really like Drukhari. I also like me some Tau and Blood Angels. Basically, if it's fast and it hit hard, I like it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. In terms of playstyle as well, I also like the You Can't Kill Me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Either fast and hit hard or You Can't Kill Me. So, traditionally it's been Necrons generically or Custodes on the You Can't Kill Me train. And then fast and hit hard is, Blood Angels. That was probably my favorite list of 9th edition, was that Blood Angels list. Things like that. And then favorite factions.
I also really like Raven Guard and Salamanders and Ultramarines. All of the good guy Space Marine chapters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so we're out of character. Well, Servitors were kind of character light. We're out of characters. We're into Intercessors.
They've got sticky objectives.
They do. If you control an objective marker at the end of your command phase and they're within range of it, that objective marker remains under your control, even if you have no models in range of it.
They're intercessors.
Sticky objectives is very strong.
Yep. Their bolt rifles are a lot better.
Their bolt rifles are a lot better. We'll have to see points cost, but intercessors got a decent facelift, and they didn't even really need it.
No, they're fine before.
But hey, you know, yeah, just love that. Their sergeant
probably
rocks.
take these dudes.
Their sergeant rocks. You probably don't give them a character, and they just are generic troops that secure objectives.
Yep. I think you probably take 5. And just be like, woo!
Yep. A unit of 5. I believe you can take. Yep, you can take 5. Just a unit of 5, holding an objective in the backfield, and then you can leave it. It's sticky.
Yep.
Things like that. And then you have a character. You have a not character, but you have a sergeant that hits fairly
They'll
hard.
win all of the like chaff wars. Like
Absolutely.
my little dudes shoot your little dudes. These little dudes are way better.
There's only one bolt rifle, which I think is better because it eliminates a lot of the fiddliness that was, is that a stalker bolt rifle? Is that a bolt rifle? Is it an auto bolt rifle?
Now you get all of them. You
get all of them.
and heavy. Like, they're actually very good.
Yes, they are. They get all the keywords. They get one less shot, but they get AP1.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems pretty good.
No, it seems great. I like them.
Yeah. They're solid. They don't really do anything crazy, but...
Infernus Marines.
They hold objectives, and objectives win games.
Yep.
Infernus Squad. This is new.
Ignores cover, which is solid, but AP 0, which is sad. Strength 5, damage 1. You have to take a battle shock if they hit you with a flamer.
Yep. And if it's an infantry unit, hit with a Pyre Blaster. So they have the guns that Black Templar Crusader squads could get. It's a Strength 5 flamer. All flamers ignore cover pretty much. And have Torrent. So Torrent is auto hit. And then they can advance and... they can't advance and shoot, sorry. They can just move up, shoot, then Overwatch, shoot, and they cause people to take a battle shock.
No, they seem solid. I mean, points depending, I kind of like them.
They seem fine. Yeah, it depends. If you want to really clear out some chaff, they're decent at it.
I'd probably rather have intercessors, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. All right.
Assault intercessors.
And they come in 5 to 10.
Cool.
Assault intercessors, they have, when they target an enemy unit with a melee attack, they reroll wound rolls of 1. And if your opponent's on range of an objective marker, reroll full wounds.
That's actually very good on a unit with a lot of, what are they, strength 4 AP 1?
Strength 4 AP 1.
Yep, 4 attacks.
And then the sergeant has,
a thunder hammer or whatever.
Power weapon, a power fist, a thunder hammer. Rerolling wounds, especially with dev wounds, is very good.
Yeah, no, I like these guys.
Yeah. We're going to stop saying based on points.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But sometimes when we see a crazy rule, we'll have to remind everyone that points can make it irrelevant, points can make it broken.
Yep.
So nobody knows. But assuming these are cost about the same as intercessors, they're pretty good. They fulfill a markedly different role, which is what they should do.
Agreed.
All right. They can, take some weapons in there. The sergeant is still pretty good.
Yeah.
And 4 attacks a model is legit.
Yeah.
4 attacks a model is legit.
Like a phoenix from the ashes, he rises. Why is he here?
I don't know why he's in the middle of the troops. What? He got lost.
Okay. I guess he's back.
We're not done with the characters yet, baby. Let's go.
+1 AP?
Yep.
That's actually kind of good.
That is, yeah.
That actually kind of like
that. Takes them up to AP2. Yeah, that's quite solid.
With the strat, go to AP3.
Yep.
I actually really like this dude. Wow.
Yeah.
What can he join? Is it Vanguard Veterans and Assault Marines? Yeah, okay.
It is, yeah.
Okay, no, these guys seem... Wow, it's randomly surprising dude.
Yeah, okay. He seems good. I don't know why he's here.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But he seems like... There's 3 choices as to what you can put in a Vanguard Veteran with Jump Pack, as far as I can tell. Maybe 4? I don't know.
4?
Maybe I miscounted. But each of them seems like they do very slightly different things that are all kind of the same. Buffs it slightly. Do we want +1 AP? Do we want +1 strength and a free strat? Do we want 4 up against psychic attacks? Do we want +1 to wound? Who can say? All right.
There's more...
There's more characters!
Okay, this is the Leviathan box lieutenant. There,
yes.
I said it.
Yes, he's kitted out with Tyranid shoulder plates, and he's just murdered some Tyranids. He seems like he's violent. Let's see about his stats. Oh, no, he isn't.
Wow, he's really not.
No, he's really not. He does have...
Anti-Tyranids 4+.
Anti-Tyranids 4+ with sustained hits.
He was designed for the Leviathan box.
Yes.
Okay, but you know what he's really funny for? He's really good with Gulliman. Because Gulliman has lone operative if he's within 3 inches of any Ultramarines infantry. And this guy's also got lone operative, so you just...
They just buddy each other?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, he's not a leader, so he just exists by himself doing...
Things.
He's Feel Pain 5+, and he has stealth. He's kind of hard to kill. Not, like, super hard to kill, but he's kind of hard to kill. And lone operative means you have to get close to shoot him, and you have to get close to, like, Terminators or Blade Guard Vets or something, so you probably don't want that.
This guy will kill, like, 3 gaunts.
Yeah, pretty reliably.
Like 3 Termagaunts.
Combi weapons, not terrible.
Yep.
At the start of the first battle round, if your army contains one or more models with priority objective identified, you'd select one objective marker to be your priority objective. Until the end of the battle, while friendly Adeptus Astartes units within 6 inches of this model, every time a model in that unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit within range of the priority target, reroll a wound roll of 1.
Okay. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
Fine.
It's weirdly 9th edition
Yeah.
that he's a character that exists by himself.
With an aura.
With an aura.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, that could be good. It depends on if he's going to be costed to where it matters to get. He's basically reroll wound rolls of 1 situationally, which is good because rerolls, generic rerolls access has gone down, but specific rerolls access has gone up. In that one unit can get full rerolls to everything, but your army as a whole doesn't. So this is a very good ability in that. And then he can make a normal move whenever an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback move within 9 inches. So he is very difficult to kill because he's very difficult to pin down.
I actually kind of like him.
Yeah.
You can also use, I think, the strat on him too. Make him move d6.
I don't know if those stack.
Okay.
I don't know if those abilities stack. Maybe they do. Maybe he moves d6 plus 6 inches. But yeah, he's a deeply annoying to try to kill because you can only target him fewer than 12, and then he just moves 6 when you get in range of him.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he infiltrates as stealth. I don't think you actually use infiltrates. I think he just sits in the middle of your army being like, if you are within range of the center objective, I reroll wound rolls against you. Have 1. All right.
Hootie-O, War Remember for 16 bucks.
Hootie! Jack, not seeing any Blood Angels in this entire 252-page tome makes me big sad. Given what you've seen in this index so far, what kind of special abilities, leader interactions are you hoping for Sanguinary Guard and your favorite boys in red? Well, Sanguinary Guard are my favorite unit in the game. Or at least were. We'll have to see what they look like when the Blood Angel supplement comes out. I'm actually very happy there's no Blood Angels in this because you know White Scars have 1 character. That's it. Blood Angels presumably will have their own release, and that means you get a lot more rules than you otherwise would have. So I'm very excited for that. Sanguinary Guard, I hope, just hit insanely hard because I like moving fast and hitting hard.
They should.
We'll see.
A flying incubi.
Yeah, I want to see what Dante does as well. All right, so pleasantly surprised by Lieutenant with combi weapon.
Yeah,
honestly, can't be selected as your warlord. Back to troops.
Back to troops.
Back to troops. All right, heavy intercessors.
Is it +1 to armor? So they have all his dust on an objective marker.
Yes, he has all his dust. They have all his dust. That's not bad.
They're tough to 6 now.
They're tough to 6. They're really annoying to kill.
Their heavy bolt rifles are +1 strength and +6 inch range, otherwise identical to the regular.
Yeah. But +1 strength and +6 inch range is a big deal. So I don't hate heavy intercessors. If you want to be a little chunkier on objectives, a little more annoying to shift, they're pretty good.
Got a $10 super chat from Ergenclaw. Hello, excited for the new edition, but I'm struggling to understand leaders. Do they always need to lead units, or can they just run around like does my bike chaplain have to be with an outrider squad? So you don't have to. It is optional. However, it is very recommended because there's no longer lookouts or character protection. So if you have a bike chaplain just running around, you can just get shot with every gun in your opponent's army, and that's it.
Also, most of the time, they benefit their unit.
Yeah.
So if you're not leading a unit, you won't get that benefit.
So think of a good way of thinking about it is leaders are now really awesome sergeants, not like an independent unit.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we saw like you could make like the Black Templar's old Terminator character or like sergeant who could get like the relic shield or whatever, and he was like -1 damage and like +1 save or whatever. Think of it more like that than like a, independent captain that runs around.
Yeah, yeah. It also seems a lot more like characters buff their unit pretty good, but they don't buff your army generally.
Yes.
So that's you almost always want to have them with a squad if you take them. But you don't always need a squad with a character in it.
Yep.
Character just makes them a lot better. I'm very excited for Space Marines. We've been a little muted, but I'm very, very excited for this army.
The heavy bolter for these guys actually look really good.
Yeah. Sustained hits 1, decent long range firepower.
Yeah. Can you make more than one in the squad, or just 1 per 3?
It's 1 per 5.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, you get a set of 5. One of them gets the heavy bolter thing. Yeah.
Cool.
Love these guys. These guys are great if you want to be chunky on objectives.
Yeah,
they're very annoying to kill.
Actually really like them.
Yeah. You can reduce incoming AP by 1 and just make it really obnoxious. And if they try and throw damage 1 at you, you have a 2-up save against it.
And you can be in cover.
And you can reduce AP, so it's just really annoying.
Yeah, chunky Gravis Marines.
All right, Infiltrators. These guys were great for just stopping your opponent from doing any reserve shenanigans, any kind of teleport shenanigans, and guess what? They still do it.
They have a 6-up Feel No Pain, and when you spend a strat on them, on a 5-up, you get a CP, assuming you pay for the Helix Gauntlet and the Infiltrator Comms Array or whatever.
Yeah, assuming it appears that most upgrades will just come with a unit, but we'll have to see the points when they come out. And then Omni Scramblers, they just can't be set up as reinforcements within 12 inches. Seems quite good. With the things that have been revealed on Warhammer Community, there's a lot of reserve shenanigans, which means if you can say, hey, your unit that is, what's the strat called? Rapid Ingressing at me?
No.
12 inches away, not 9, please. That is a lot better.
Makes my Death Guard very sad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it does. Woo! Woo! You make 8-inch charges!
Oh, no.
Yay. And that's assuming the other thing that's bananas about Infiltrators is you make your opponent's Rapid Ingress squad come in 12 inches away. Then they move up. Then you move back D6.
Yep.
And so between all of that, it makes reserve shenanigans a lot harder in Infiltrators. Infiltrators don't do a lot of damage.
No, I like them.
But what they do is they hold space pretty good, and they keep your opponent at arm's length.
They're also OC1 now.
They are OC1.
Instead of being objectives secured previously.
Yeah, so they're more about infiltrating and keeping your opponent's reserves away, which is very strong. It looks like it was strong in 9th, strong in 10th.
Yep.
Feel No Pain 6+ instead of blanking a save, probably about even. And then getting a CP back on a 5-up, love that.
Yeah,
love that for him. All right, Incursors. Incursors are a little bit more about punch-in and melee. They get sustained hits 1. Their guns are assault and ignore cover. That's pretty cool. They scout 6 inches instead of infiltrate. Yep. Infiltrators infiltrate, as you might assume. And Incursors scout 6. Okay, that's very different. In your shooting phase after it's shot, select one enemy unit that was hit by 1 or more attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time a friendly Adeptus Astartes unit makes an attack that targets the enemy unit, add 1 to the hit roll.
So they're wannabe marker lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have marker lights. That's
No, seems good.
a very different thing to Infiltrators.
No, actually, I like that they're different now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because before it was like, do you want 15 points cheaper, or do you want the Deep Strike Aura?
Yeah, do you want them slightly cheaper and not having the Deep Strike Aura?
I love that when Demons came out, everyone started paying the points for them.
I think as soon as Infiltrators went down to 100, people were like, yeah, we're just going to take that now.
$2 super chat from Tailored King. Phobos Librarian plus Infiltrator sounds annoying. Actually, yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's a good combo.
Incursors, love them. Tactical Squad. So their ability is they're very flexible.
Yep.
They're eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which they fell back.
They look like Tactical Marines.
They sure do. But they can take, like a Meltagun and a Plasma Gun. They're 10 models stock. There's no 5 to 10.
So I haven't actually seen Firstborn Marines in a while, because there's a lot of Primaris floating around these days. So I walked up to some Tactical Marines that were here in the house, and I picked one up, and I looked at it, and I was like, wow, these models are garbage. I forgot how crappy they are compared to the new Primaris Marines.
Yes. Yes. So I like Primaris. I think they look a lot cooler. Tactical Squad, you're locked into a 10-man, which is probably more than you want.
Yeah.
And then you get, 1 heavy weapon, 1 special weapon. You can get 2 special weapons if you want. You can get, melee weapon on the sergeant. I would be surprised if you took tactical squads. I don't think you want 10-man troop squads that
they could be randomly super cheap or something.
Do a lot of damage. They could be. Maybe Space Marine Horde is where you go if you want to try and do that.
Yeah, I'd way rather have intercessors than these guys.
But we'll see. Yeah, for holding space, I think you just want 5-man squads, not 10. Mm-hmm. Scouts. So they scout 6 inches and infiltrate. That's very strong.
You can put them back in reserves at the end of your opponent's turn.
You can put them back into strategic reserves, and then they come back on the sides of the board. Very strong for scoring secondaries.
So these guys and their horribly sculpted faces.
Yeah, you do a head swap on them, please.
You can infiltrate them on the line and then scout them forward, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't do a lot of damage, but they are amazing for scoring secondaries because they're just teleporting every turn.
The Thunderhammer's still there.
And they do still have the Thunderhammer.
On the scouts.
Yeah. It's very, very funny Thunderhammer. Bolt pistol and bolt gun can be replaced with one Thunderhammer. And also a combi weapon still? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, baby. Okay. Let's go.
Scout snipers.
Yep. Scout snipers. So they don't do secondaries nearly as well.
But they do have lone operative.
They do. They functionally do. I was like looking for it in the core rules, but yeah, no, they functionally do.
So I actually really like these guys for holding like open objectives in your backfield because you just can't do anything about them.
You can't target them. Nope. And then they also shoot pretty respectably. Like, they don't necessarily need to move because they can't be shot at, so they can just stand down a firing lane just like aiming.
So hit on 2s, strength 4, 8, PQ damage 2. Wow, that's actually pretty good.
With precision.
Yeah, no, it's actually really good.
Yeah, they can snipe out characters. There's not a... Space Marine characters are 4 and 5 wounds.
Yeah.
I would imagine a lot of other characters are
3 and 4.
Very snipeable.
Yeah.
So, and they have 2 wounds now apiece. Cool. So I think these things are great.
No, I really like these guys.
They don't scout. They don't do the teleport. So these guys are about like holding space at the back of your board.
They do have infiltrators though.
They do. Yeah. So you can snipe with them, and the sniper rifles hit. Mm-hmm. Whereas these scouts look like they score objectives
really well.
Like just a pack of jerks.
Yep.
And yeah, you can take 5 to 10. They can just sit in the back and just.
Yep.
I think Telion makes them pretty good too.
I have no idea what he does. Oh, there's more characters, aren't there?
Oh yeah. Oh,
we're not done.
Speaking of which,
why is he
company
here?
champion.
Okay.
Don't question it.
Okay.
We just go with what we've got.
+1 advance in charge, and you can target with the heroic intervention strat for 0 CP. Seems fine. Anytime a melee attack targets a character, you can reroll the hit roll and you can reroll the wound roll. And he hits pretty okay in combat.
He hits all right. He probably hits hard enough to remove a character.
Probably
a decent amount of the time.
He's got precision.
+1 to advance, +1 to charge is really cool with advance and charge, which Space Marines have access to. So I think this guy's great. Heroic intervention strat for 0 CP. He's not insane, right?
He's fine.
He seems fine.
Can he join other characters too?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
You join. Oh, yeah. I don't know. We probably don't take this guy.
Him in a unit Blade Guard is probably not what you want. Because we're going to get to a guy that you really want in Blade Guard.
Yeah.
After scouts come back on the board after you put them in reserves. Sorry, this is Phil V for a $10 super chat. After scouts come back on the board after you put them back in reserves, can you deep strike them or do they come on board edge?
Board edge.
Because it says they go back into strategic reserves.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I cannot emphasize enough. I think Scout Snipers are amazing units.
Really like that unit, a lot.
And they perform as Scout Snipers should, which is they like sit in the back, concealed, and just
100%
shoot characters all day long.
Good job in the dot sheet.
Love that. Primaris Company Champion rerolls hits and wounds. He's great duelist, but he probably doesn't belong in most units because you want to buff the unit instead of whatever.
Primaris Apothecary, the other Storm of Fire carrier.
Yep, because he can join Desolation Squads. Not to jump, jump the gun too much.
You can set a dude back up
every turn,
and if your bodyguard unit is destroyed on a 2-up, you gain a CP.
Other than that,
he's got the pistol the Reaver Lieutenant should have. Feels like okay, and he's got a combat weapon.
Yeah,
I don't know. Hopefully he's cheap. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even if he's not, you still take him because you put him in Desolators.
Yeah, I would rather give a unit a 4-up invuln than heal a guy a turn, I would say. So, he can go in alongside a Captain, Chapter Master, Lieutenant.
Okay, I don't hate that.
Into like Hellblasters and whatnot because Desolation Squad.
Wait, does he have 2 pistols?
Yeah, he's always had 2 pistols.
He's the cowboy.
Yeah, one of them's 3 inches, one of them's 18 inches. I think this one actually went up in AP. AP4, I think it was AP3 before.
Yeah, I remember if it was a hilariously high.
Yeah,
was
the reductor
damage 3 or something before.
No, it was damage 2.
Okay.
But yeah, you almost never saw it.
I remember being annoyed because I was playing a game and my friend shot me with the reductor pistol in Assault Doctrine and it was like AP5 and I was like, what?
Yeah, that actually sounds right. I think it was AP4 before. It's just this hilarious little pocket just... And he's like a little gunslinger.
Sanox the Fate Twister, 10 Scout Snipers with Oath, Storm of Fire, and Bolter Discipline almost kills a Hive Tyrant. Sounds cool and balanced.
Yeah. I don't know if who can join Scout Snipers.
You can, I think the Phobos
That's
Captain.
right, the Phobos Captain can.
Captain.
Yeah, Phobos Captain can.
You probably still want it on Desolators, but that seems awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you, no character wants to get shot by 10 Scout Snipers that reroll hits and wounds and have exploding fives.
I mean, 10 Scout Snipers by themselves is enough probably to kill most, like, duder characters, right?
If they don't move, they hit on 2s, wound on 4s or 5s. Yeah, probably, but it's close. I think Oath of Moment killing one character, maybe it's worth it, but you know, it will definitely get the job done. All right, so Primaris Apothecary seems all right. Apothecary Biologus.
This guy's weird.
This guy's deeply
weird.
really
weird.
All weapons equipped by the unit have lethal hits, so he's a lieutenant, I guess.
Yeah. And then if he kills a unit in melee, he gets OC 9,
which is very high.
That's higher than like a knight, probably.
I think it's in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
I didn't see the knight reveal. I think they're like 10 or something. But yeah, if you kill a unit in combat, he holds objectives real good.
Yeah.
And he gives them lethal hits. I would be surprised if you took this guy, though.
What does he do? I mean, the question is, like, what roles does he fulfill? And the answer's no.
Yeah, not really. Like, is he better for a squad than a lieutenant?
Probably. What does he join?
He joins stuff that does not kill... Oh, no, aggressors kill things in melee. And he can join a captain or a chapter master.
Yeah, your flamer aggressors can get lethal hits.
Your bolter aggressors can also get lethal hits.
Don't they have swim lanes now?
Yeah. Okay. So they also get it in combat, too.
I guess, yeah.
I guess. Yeah, I don't think he really has a role, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, Primaris Ancient. So while he's leading a unit, they get +1 OC. Mm-hmm. And while it's in range of an objective marker or within 6 inches of the center of the battlefield, this model has a Feel No Pain 4+.
For a second, I thought it was the unit. And I was
that
like,
would be gross.
Wow. And then I was like, oh, no.
I think he's a little too expensive. You can attach him to a unit. You can attach him to Desolation Marines. So there's 3.
Oh, yeah, you can give him...
You can give him +1 OC instead of a 4-up Invuln.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. But if you need to make it cheaper, I assume that Primaris Ancient is cheaper than a Librarian.
Probably.
But you can attach him even if you've got a Captain, Chapter Master, or Lieutenant model. Mm-hmm. Which is fine, I guess. I don't know. It depends on his cost. +1 OC is kind of mid for attaching a character to a unit.
Yeah, I don't know why you would...
For Feel No Pain on the character himself is also not great.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
It's also on, like, a 4-wound, like, dude, right? The Scout Snipers still probably kill him.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It functionally makes him an 8-wound dude at that point. Blade Guard Ancient. Again, +1 OC while he leads a unit. He's not like an aura of +1 OC, which would be a lot better.
It's just for him.
It's just for him and his unit.
You
could make an argument the Apothecary Biologus is like just better at.
Yeah.
Because he goes to OC 9, and that's just better than...
him on the objective.
Just put him on the objective. Once per battle, when selected to fight, use this ability. +1 to attacks characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in this model's unit. That's a lot better than the regular one. Once a game, you just get +1 attacks to your unit. Mm-hmm. Even so, probably wouldn't. All right. Ancient Terminator armor, you'll be surprised. He gives his unit OC +1.
+1 to the hit roll and +1 to the... Why do they all do different things?
He keeps the banner high, man. He just keeps that banner high. While he's leading a unit, if you are below starting strength, +1 to hit, and if you're below half strength, +1 to wound. Deeply...
Fine. Yeah, I don't like this guy. You probably won't take him.
Yeah.
The Ancients don't do a whole lot.
We'll have to see how it actually... We'll have to see how it works, but Justin might have a good point that the Ancient might prevent you from going to 0 OC when you're battle shocked.
That's fair. If he's super cheap, you might take him.
Or he might not. I don't know. I don't know how that works. We'll have to see. Or it might just go to OC 0 anyway.
Blade Guard
Vets. They're sweet. Woo! Love Blade Guard Vets. So Blade Guard Vets, they are a Space Marine with an extra wound, and they have a 4-up Invuln.
Yep.
So they get kind of the benefit of both halves of the Storm Shield. They get +1 wound and a 4-up Invuln.
Yep.
They don't have a 2-up armor save anymore.
Sad.
It's a bit unfortunate. But we'll have to see what they're costed at. Mastercrafted Power Weapon is one of the better weapons to be equipped with in this army. Better melee, best.
Strength
one of the better
5,
melee
AP 2,
weapons.
damage 2. You can give it +1 AP, +1 to wound.
Yeah, as you'll see, Unfortunately, Vanguard veterans do not have a profile that matches this. Their profile is significantly worse, 5 AP1, damage 1.
Yeah.
So Blade Guard vets hit substantially harder. At the start of the fight phase, you can select one of the following abilities. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, reroll hit rolls of 1, and each time an invulnerable saving throw is made for a model in this unit, reroll a saving throw of 1. Both are good. You have to pick whether you want to try and live through an attack
They're
or
a lot like the
do
Warriors.
damage.
Tyranid Warriors.
Tyranid Warriors?
Have the same ability.
Oh, they do? Okay, cool. Most of the time, you're probably going to reroll hit rolls of 1, but rerolling saving throws of 1 is good if you need to live.
Yeah.
Especially through a lot of 3 damage.
Yeah.
They hit really hard especially if you pop +1, if you pop Lance and +1 AP, they go up to +1 to wound, AP 3, which hits.
No, I like these guys a lot.
Yeah, these guys are good.
Good. Yeah.
These guys are good. 3 to 6, love it.
Yep.
Command Squad. All right. It's a weird unit.
This is a very weird unit.
Very weird unit. It's basically a unit of characters, and then you can join it with like a captain.
Probably a lieutenant. I don't know.
You get, let's look at, this is a unit where you want to look at this page first.
Okay, so we have an apothecary, a company ancient, a company champion, and 2 company veterans in 1 unit. So we got five dudes.
So company veterans can, they have a bolt gun and a close combat weapon. You can replace your bolt gun
with a wide variety of basically any of the like. If you can equip it in Dawn of War 2, you can equip it here.
But here's the thing. It's 2 models get this.
Yeah.
And you only get 2 models with this.
Which
so
is
you can
kind of 2 guys, a grav cannon.
Yep. You can get an Astartes shield and a Thunder Hammer. You can get multi-meltas.
No, you only get 1. So you still have the bolt pistol. You have a bolt pistol Thunder Hammer or a grav cannon.
Well, then you replace your bolt pistol and a Astartes shield.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so you can get an Astartes shield missile launcher, which is pretty funny. But it's only 2 models. It's not like the current command squad that's, I think, 2 to 5 models, but they can all get variable war gear.
Yeah.
This is 2 models, and the company champion has the champion's blade and the Astartes shield. The company ancient can't do anything, I believe. You replace it with a combi weapon, which you probably will.
Yeah.
Or you can replace, his bolt pistol with a an Inferno pistol.
Yeah.
The fact that there's only 2 models in the unit that can actually be equipped to do anything is kind of unfortunate. Them plus the company champion can actually do a okay amount of damage. They have 3 wounds apiece. You get a 4-up invuln. They're not nothing. They do heal a model a turn. They have +1 OC, which takes them to OC 2. And then they get +1 advance and charge, and they get a heroic intervention for 0 CP.
Do you remember when the company champion used to be actually really good in combat? Because this is all separate units.
He's fine in combat, but he hits on 3s, which is a bit unfortunate. So basically the way it works is you get an ancient who can only join his unit, you get an apothecary who can only res his unit, and you get a champion that hits on 3s. It's kind of okay.
Yeah,
and also doesn't reroll the hit wound against characters. Yeah. They're still selling the command squad box. They had to put a unit in here for it. I don't think they actually wanted this unit to do anything.
This unit does not do anything. I mean, unless it's 5 points or something. You do not take this.
Yeah. I think it's cripplingly... Every model is cripplingly over-specialized.
Yes.
All right, Vanguard veterans. The kings of damage in 9th edition. The kings of Space Marine melee.
We got the heirloom weapons.
Yeah,
why does the Reveal Lieutenant not have an heirloom weapon? Why does it not have an heirloom knife?
You gotta let this go, buddy.
No, I do.
It's just gonna put you on a path of vengeance, Quentin.
I'm gonna turn to chaos.
Exactly. You're gonna be at least their lieutenant's good weapons. All right. So Vanguard veterans on foot and Vanguard veterans with jump packs are separate kits.
Yep.
Vanguard veterans on foot, when they charge, get lethal hits and have scout 6 inches. They can get a storm shield. Any number of models can have their bolt pistol replaced with a storm shield, a grab pistol, or pistols. I presume you're going to take storm shield. Gives you a 4-up invuln. Makes your unit a lot tougher.
You know what I would just rather have? Is Blade Guard.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pay whatever the points premium is, and we're going to get extra wounds and extra AP and extra damage.
Now, I'll be 100%. If these guys are not expensive,
that's fair.
I could see a 6-inch scouting unit with a storm shield and an heirloom weapon winning skirmish battles.
Oh, yeah, totally.
They're not going to win, big fights.
No, but they'll kill, other Marines, maybe, if he puts stress into them.
Yeah, they'll kill nonsense, for sure. So I could see that. Depends on their price. If they're cheap, all about Vanguard veterans.
Yep.
If they're not about Vanguard veterans. Maybe they're done with this whole Vanguard veteran experiment.
These guys are the exact same, but they have jetpacks.
Yep. So they move 12 instead of
gonna
scouting
cost
6.
a little more.
I would assume, although Scout 6 is pretty interesting. These guys just move 12.
Eh.
And they also get lethal hits. You also probably give them heirloom weapons and storm shields. You know.
Yeah.
They're fine.
They're fine.
They're fine.
I don't know.
They're not going to be anything other than a cheap melee unit.
Yep.
But if they are a cheap melee unit,
you don't take them.
If they're not cheap, you don't take them. You can buff them in a variety of ways.
Sternguard veterans.
Sternguard veterans. Oh, look, dev wounds plus anti.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And then also, if they kill something, they can shoot twice.
Okay.
So this is another target for Bolter Discipline.
Yeah.
Because they are anti-infantry 4+, and if you make your target, full rerolls to hit and wound, they walk out, and then they go 2 shots apiece, exploding 5s, reroll to hit, reroll to wound. Every 4-up is immortal.
Yeah.
And that's pretty scary.
Yeah, I actually really like Sternguard. We got a $5 super chat from Short Yeti. Imagine having to explain that Vanguard veterans and Termies both with all dual lightning claws use different weapons to a new player. I'll have to since I use both. Ha.
Yeah. So people were talking about no comment on the loss of claws or thunderhammers. It's deeply weird to me that they took those options away but left them for other units.
I think they just wanted to say Vanguard veterans, you don't get to have fun anymore.
Yeah, I don't know why they condensed all the weapons when you can take a Thunderhammer and then other units have Thunderhammer options. I don't know why they didn't put that in. It seems weird to me.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, probably.
But we had too much fun with Van Vets in 9th edition, it seems like. I really, really, really don't understand why they didn't leave in the weapon flexibility.
Yeah, I don't get it.
They didn't.
Just make them cost too much.
Their Thunderhammers are pathetic.
Yeah.
Worst Thunderhammers in the game.
Yeah.
But best chainswords in the game, if you want to look at it that way.
At least you can, model them all differently, and they'll look really cool now.
Yeah, you can model them how you want. Give them all Storm Shield still, so,
It's a euro. We got a €5 super chat from Power Thirst. That's an awesome name, Power Thirst. When a character takes
It's what the plants crave.
It's fair. When a character takes a wound from a precision weapon, are you then forced to take the rest of the wounds on the character in the unit? No. You allocate wounds to the bodyguard unit first, even if the character has wounds taken, until the bodyguard unit is destroyed, and then you continue allocating wounds to the character.
Yes. Characters can be wounded, and the unit can take hits.
Yep.
In fact, you're not even allowed to allocate wounds to the character if you wanted to. Like, you have a very tough character.
You must take damage on the bodyguard.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, the bodyguard gets shot down around him.
So gone are the days of the 0-gun commander with the 2-up save and the 5-up fuel leading units.
Yep, just tanking.
Yeah. I really like Sternguard. We got a $20 super chat from Pagan. Where's the jackhammer con piece?
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Somewhere? I don't know.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. I don't really have an answer to this question.
I don't know either. I don't know.
I like Sternguard. They're really good.
Yep. They seem really good. They're a reliable source of mortal wounds, and for some reason they shoot twice.
Yeah.
Let's look at their war gear options. So any number of models can have a combi weapon instead of their Sternguard bolt rifle.
Yep.
Let's also talk, I don't know why they made combi weapons
I
same.
hate that.
Combi plasmas, combi flamers, combi melters are all the same.
They all should be different things.
They all should be. They're not. It's weird. Same way, like, a Vanguard veteran's Lightning Claw is the same as his Thunderhammer, is the same as his Chainsword.
I don't like this trend towards... I am praying the Crisis Suits don't get Crisis Suit weapons, because that would suck.
Yeah. So, Sanok the Fate Twister says, 10 Sternguard with Oaths and Bolter Discipline do 19 mortal wounds.
Yeah, and then they shoot again.
And then if they kill something with that, then they shoot twice. They do a lot of damage.
The heavy bolters in this unit...
Yeah, dev wounds, heavy, sustained hits 1.
Yeah.
Seems pretty good. Yeah. So, the Sternguard shoot really hard. I like that they're very up-close personal shooting unit. Don't like the combination of anti and dev wounds. I think it's a little much. But, Yeah, it's a very scary unit up close, especially because they can just delete 2 units.
No, these guys are great. Take them.
Yeah,
Takes
very
their
strong,
card,
very
yeah.
strong. All right, Judiciar, another character in the middle of all the units.
Fights first.
Yeah,
Real good.
fights first is an insane ability.
He hits really hard, actually.
Yeah, he does.
He does actually
722
really hard.
is very strong, especially with precision and dev wounds.
Each time he kills a character +1 attack, I don't know, it's fine.
Yes.
It's fine. You take this guy for fights first, you put him in, was it Blade Guard, I think?
Yeah. And then if he gets a character kill, then that's sweet. But realistically, you're there to make sure this 6-man Blade Guard veteran unit with a Judiciar just gets to swing before your opponent. Like, they're like, I charge you. You're like, nope.
No.
Boom.
Yeah.
You're dead now.
Erskine, Stern Guard could no longer go in Rhinos because they have the Tacticus keyword now. Huh? That is kind of sad, actually.
In return, though, you get a baller model.
Unit, yeah.
You get a baller unit and a baller model. Love that.
All right. Matt with a $5 super chat. As a Death Watch player, I am torn. It will be nice to not have to rip off all my dudes with every mid-meta shift. Yeah, that will be nice.
Yeah, combi weapons being the same is good for that.
Yes.
The longevity of your models. It is a bit weird, though. Mm-hmm. But let's not let that overshadow how completely awesome the Judiciar is.
I love this guy.
This guy plus Blade Guard veterans are nuts.
No, this guy's super good.
Yeah, this guy's
like
awesome.
super duper good.
Super good.
Can he join other characters?
No.
No, sad.
No.
No,
You can join things that aren't Blade Guards for some reason.
You put him in Blade Guard.
You put him in Blade Guard.
Yeah, no, this guy's dope.
And then
Awesome.
your opponent charges you, and you go, no, me, and you hit them, and then they die.
Yeah, no, super good.
Love this guy. This guy's great. Oh my god. Yeah, I love that this guy's still good. I love that Blade Guard are still good. They're together. They're, 2 great tastes that taste great together or whatever. Yep. Love that. That guy's awesome.
The Reaver Squad.
All right, Reaver Squad. They scout 6 inches.
Uh-huh.
At the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit with engaged range takes a battle shock, which is cute.
It's fine.
Terror troops. This is the thing that the lieutenant makes an extra 3 inches. While enemy unit is within 6 inches, they're -1 leadership and battle shock. It's fine.
Fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
They can take Deep Strike and the grappling hooks.
They're a bit of a miss. They don't hit very hard.
They
They do scout, so they're fine. They might be better at scouting than incursors.
It's possible,
but incursors give out, +1 to hit?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But incursors do something.
Yeah.
These guys
I think Reavers are a bit of a miss, but we'll see their points. Like, they could just be cheap bodies that move forward.
Reavers need to do something. They've been kind of not doing anything. I got one of the McFarlane Reavers at KC. That's really cool. I just kind of wish it's like on the table.
Abilities did anything?
Yeah, it didn't do anything. Phil V. In the fight phase, does the leader in the squad count as an independent action than his bodyguard, or they act together? So they are one unit for every intent and purposes. If the squad gets an ability, if the leader gets an ability, they are one unit forever. They are married.
They start...
Till
do not
death
leave.
do us part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally. Once the unit dies, the character's out.
Yeah.
And then Fate Stay Dreamer, $2 super chat, brings up a very important point. The Judiciar and Heroic Intervention is a 6-inch... Don't come here. Do not. Stop. Desist.
Yeah, he is back.
Yeah, because you charge something nearby, and then the Blade Guard vets just go in, and then they fight first, and then you fight last because you're dead.
Yep.
You fight never, actually.
You fight never, yeah.
You fight never.
You fight never.
Bye. Love Blade Guard vets. I have some Black Templar ones painted up from a while ago with Paladin helms from Grey Knights.
Okay, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, they look sweet.
Okay.
And I want to get some for my Blood Angels as well. Reaver Squad's a bit of a miss, but this dude, that dude slams. He's awesome. Love that guy. Great. All right, aggressors also pretty good. They look like they went up to toughness 6.
Yep.
And then if they make a ranged attack that targets the close eligible target, you improve the AP by 1, which is very good on Flamestorm Gauntlets, which are twin linked and auto hit. It's also pretty good on Frag Storms and whatnot.
No, seems good.
They seem good, and in combat they reroll wounds, which is also pretty good. All right, so we got a $5 super chat from Tristan Comer. Little late to the live, but at a Q&A after pub trivia at the KC Open, points are mostly staying the same, except points for characters are going down.
Oh, sweet.
That makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, it makes sense. Characters are I think, are worse than they used to be, so...
They are much worse than they used to be, but they're better for their unit. Yes. And if their points go down, that means you get to see more of them. All right, before we get to John McCardell, the absolute hero of the Imperium,
Absolute hero.
I'm going to cover Brendan McKenna. I wonder if the characters being in random spots is left over from the Force Organization slots.
I have no idea.
Who knows?
They're in the weirdest random spots.
Yeah, my guess is that it's just kind of put together.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
And then
but then,
John
McCardell gifted 20 Art of War 40K memberships. Love you, John McCardell. Thank you so much.
You are better than a Judiciar. You are better than Stern Guard. Heck, you might even be better than Desolation Ring to the Librarian, Storm of Fire, and Volter Discipline.
That is, that's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah.
That's very good. You are very good. Love you.
I know, yeah.
Love us some John McCardell. Seeks, I believe I met you, but my memory's trash.
Yeah.
Seeks definitely met you, I believe, at LVO. It was good to see you. It was good to, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you. All right.
All right, Brother Tobias with a €2 super chat. Saving the VOD for work, but I'm with you in spirit. Thank you so much. All right, so aggressors, I think they have pretty decent punch.
I actually like these guys.
Yeah, I like them too.
Pretty solid.
The hitting on 4s in melee kind of sucks, but re-rolling wounds is great. So
AP1 Flamers with ignores cover and Twin Linked is actually like a very, very respectable amount of damage.
Yep, and toughness 6 in this meta of like strength 5 weapons are good.
Yeah, like real, like good, solid unit.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right, Terminator Assault Squad. Boy, you're going to be seeing a lot of these, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, toughness 5 with a 2-up and then access to Armor of Contempt. 3 wounds, 4 wounds if you have a Storm Shield. Very durable.
You can rapid ingress them, which eliminates one of their biggest weaknesses, that they're slow. Like, these guys, very good.
Yep, and when they end a charge move, everybody takes a Battle Shock test, so your opponent gets to find out after you've charged whether they can interrupt or not. They get to find out after you've charged whether...
They can fight on death.
If they can fight on death, if they can do any of their stratagems.
No, these guys, good, very good unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John McCardell says, that's crazy talk. No one is better than Desolators. You're really putting your name in the hat there, though. I will put it that way. You're really making your case. In terms of damage, they're all right.
Yeah.
They have 3 attacks hitting on 4s at 822 Dev Wounds. It's not bad. Dev Wounds is great. Hitting on 4s is less great. Lightning Claws, reroll to wound, have 5 attacks and hit on 3s. I legitimately don't know which of the two I would have picked in a Void.
With Oaths of Moment, though.
With Oaths of Moment, you definitely want the Thunderhammer. If it was just those two profiles against each other, I'm not sure which one I would have picked.
Well, the Thunderhammer comes with Storm Shield.
But that's what I was going to say. Yeah. A Thunderhammer comes with a Storm Shield, so I want that.
Yeah.
They don't hit super hard, but they get their 3rd attack, which is great.
Yep. All
right. Judiciar can't join them, though, unfortunately.
Sad.
But Captain can, and then...
yeah.
Oof.
Terminator Squad. The Leviathan Kit. These models are amazing.
Yes.
Like, truly, like, one of the best sculpts GW's put out in a while. I love that they are so clearly Terminators. They're just bigger, beefier, and, like, scary.
Yeah, which they needed, because they're existing Terminators are very firstborn, very squad.
Yeah.
These guys stride the battlefield.
Yeah. I also like this unit.
Yeah, this unit might be better than the Assault Terminators. Depends on points, obviously.
Yeah.
But maybe, because every time it makes an attack, you ignore modifiers to ballistic skill, weapons characteristic, and the hit roll, which is massive.
Yep.
Massive. And then every time a model in this unit makes an attack that target the enemy unit selected for Oath of Moment, +1 to hit.
Yeah, that seems great.
Very good at just picking a unit that you Oath the Moment and making it so they never existed.
Yep.
And that is the same from shooting as well. So they get +1 to hit and shooting.
They also gain +1 toughness, like over. So toughness 5 is a pretty big breakpoint.
It is. It's a huge breakpoint. They're a lot tougher to kill.
These things are good. Before. They're also like actually very durable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited to see like a 40 Terminator list on the board, you know? I think that's going to be very strong.
As long as they're not all transhuman.
Also, miss me with that. Any number of models can have a Chain Fist. And Chain Fists are anti-vehicle 3+.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's going to cut through vehicles very, very, very quickly.
Yes.
Power Fist is the same, but hits on 3s, so it's a decision point you want to make there.
Yeah.
And power weapons are an extra attack, but not as high damage. I think you probably want a Chain Fist or a Power Fist. Yeah, I love Power Fist. Power Fists are sweet. Then 1 per 5 can take a heavy weapon, or a Cyclone Missile Launcher and a Storm Bolter. So
you probably take this Cyclone Missile Launcher.
Probably. Yeah. Keep your Storm Bolter. You still make your your bullets at range.
Yeah.
Love that. Relic Terminator. So they were basically defined as being slightly more expensive in the past book and having a little bit better options. They still have Fury of the First, but they don't have the Teleport Homer rule. So you can't rapid ingress them for free. in a specific area. I don't know how important
What
that's
are their
going to be.
options like? What can they take? So no, go. I want to see like, is it like one dude?
Relic Sergeant can take a Volkite Charger or Plasma Blaster. Every 5, one can take a Reaper Autocannon or Heavy Flamer, which is not bad.
You get a grenade harness.
One can get a Grenade Harness. Any number of models can have power weapons to Power Fist or a Chain Fist. And any number of models can have their Combat Bolter and Power Fist replaced with 1 Twin Lightning Claws.
Okay.
I would probably say...
I'd rather have the original guys, probably.
Yeah, I'd rather have OG terms or
assault terms.
terms.
Yeah.
But they're, I mean, to be fair, they are Twin Lightning Claws to get access to Fury the First, which Assault terms don't have. Assault terms force a Battle Shock test, which is very good.
I actually like that ability.
Yeah. So, but ignoring ballistic skill, weapon skill, and hit modifiers is very good.
I don't know. I also don't hate these guys.
Yeah. Twin Lightning Claws running around just going, I ignore -1 to hit, I ignore any penalties, and then reroll to wound. Good Horde Muncher. Mm-hmm. Not as durable as an Assault Terminator. Doesn't force the Battle Shock test.
Yeah.
So,
no, seems good.
They all have their place. They all seem quite good. Let's talk about Sense.
Centurion.
I don't think anything can join them.
I don't think so.
I would be shocked.
I don't think anything. So these guys are on their own.
Yeah. So melee weapons get sustained hits 2 when targeting monsters, vehicles, or fortifications.
That's pretty funny.
That is hilarious.
That's actually pretty funny.
You can take twin Meltaguns, which is each guy gets a Meltagun shot that rerolls to wound.
Okay.
Pretty good because vehicles
then
really...
3 attacks, strength 10, AP 2, damage 3, with sustained hits 2 against scary things.
Yeah, they...
I don't know. They move 4, though. That kind of sucks.
Only being strength 10 is kind of
It's actually kind of low.
Because, like, a lot of durable things are, like, toughness 11, toughness 12.
Yeah. And I don't want to use my oaths on these guys.
Yeah, or they wound on 4s.
Yeah, oof.
Or, like, toughness 10. Like, they'll kill rhinos. Oh, they're twin-linked. They're twin-linked.
Okay, that helps a lot.
Yeah, they reroll wounds.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that helps a lot. They'll mulch vehicles and monsters quite quickly. Regular infantry, they are at the mercy of having 3 attacks to hit on 3s with no rerolls, no nothing. Mm-hmm. And then they do reroll to wound, which is great, but, you know, a unit of 3 guys has 9 attacks.
They're 2-up save, toughness 7, 4 wounds, move 4, though, which is very sad.
Yes. I don't know. We'll have to see how their stats line up,
Yeah.
to be honest, but siege drills hit quite hard.
They do.
Drills.
Siege drills.
The siege drills. And then, you know, twin flamers are nice.
The bolters are
Centurion bolters are fine. They're all right. If they got sustained hits 2 against everything, I think they'd be great.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can just roll bad, go into an enemy unit, hit 5 times, hit 4 times with a 3-man squad. They pass a save or 2, you kill 2 guys.
Which means power armor gets a 5 up against it.
Terminators will get a 3-up if they armor of contempt.
Yeah, it's not where we're at.
Not really what we're looking for. You can give them +1 to wound and +1 AP, and at that point, you put a lot of investment into a unit that moves 4 inches. Yeah, but if they get there...
Better, yeah.
Sorry, Sanoct, no rerolls to hit. Did you forget about Oaths a moment? Not everything in the army is going to be Oaths, is the thing, and I don't think this is the kind of unit that's going to get Oaths, because they already reroll to wound. Yeah. So, a lot of the time, I think these guys are going to be punching solo without Oaths. They're not bad. Alright, Sent Devs. Let's look at them. So, Centurion Fists are a lot worse than their Siege Drills.
They get reroll to hits of 1. If they shoot an enemy unit on an objective marker, they get reroll all hits. Not
Love
bad.
that. That's
bad.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
It seems that all of their weapons are twin linked.
So you get to reroll hits and reroll wounds. And you get 3 of them, and they can be equipped with a Twin Las, Twin Heavy Bolter, or Grav Cannon. And then you can replace their Centurion Bolters with Centurion Missile Launcher. So let's take a look at their damage output. Their movement of 4 isn't as bad.
No.
Because they shoot.
Yeah.
So the Centurion Bolter we saw before, the Centurion Missile Launcher is fairly long range. It's D3 Blast, likely what I would take. At 9.2 D3, seems fairly good. Rerolls hits if something's on an objective. Love that. And then Grav Cannon is Anti-Vehicle 2+, which is pretty good. Rerolling hits against vehicles on objectives, wounding on 2s. The Twin Las, though, seems really strong. You take 3 of those, reroll hits, reroll wounds, take saves. It depends on their points cost. But only having...
don't hate these guys.
I don't hate them. No. They're not...
You park them in the back, right?
Right, so you take the Twin Las Cannon, let's say, and you take the Centurion Missile Launcher. Each guy is D3 plus 1 shots at decent anti-tank that real hit rolls a 1 or reroll full. And then the Twin Las Cannons reroll wounds, and the Centurion Missile Launcher is good into hordes because it is blast.
And they'll kill like 3 Marines in combat.
Yeah, you know, they will.
Marines, yeah.
They will. They're infantry, so they can walk through walls. I don't hate these guys.
You can make them Devastator Doctrine, they advance and shoot.
Yeah, you're not going to do like an insane amount of damage with them, I don't think.
I mean, if they're pretty cheap, right?
Yeah.
Take 3 of them, you just shoot twin las cannons the whole game.
And they're annoying to kill.
Yeah. You don't want to put effort. Like 4 wounds is a big break point.
And then they're, they have a 2-up, which can be in cover, which can be armor contempt.
Yeah.
So they're really miserable to try to kill that way. Their toughness 7. Yeah, I could see a 3-man unit just sitting in the back, just plinking shots all game with drills to hit and wound.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. All right.
The Invictor Tactical Warsuit doesn't infiltrate anymore, though.
But it scouts 8.
Well, scouts 8, which is pretty good.
Which is real good.
Yeah.
Once per turn in your opponent's shooting phase, when a friendly Phobos infantry unit within 6 inches of this model is selected as a target of attack, this model can use this ability. If it does, after the enemy model's unit has finished making its attacks, this model can shoot as if it was your shooting phase. But when resolving these attacks, it can only target that enemy unit, only if it's eligible. So this has once per turn on it. Mm-hmm. This feels like a payoff for going heavy Phobos.
Yes.
If you take a couple Invictors and your opponent shoots anything else, that any of your infantry units on objectives, the triple Invictor can just go and just like all of them shoot.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
don't shoot the Marines.
Don't shoot the Marines.
Yeah.
You do have to shoot the Invictors first. So they're kind of like a shield in front of your infantry, because if they shoot the infantry, they're going to get shot and then shot again on your turn. They're not tough, because they're toughness 8, which used to be very good.
Not anymore.
But is not particularly great anymore.
They hit kind of hard in combat.
They hit kind of hard. Strength 14, damage 3.
I don't know. I kind of like these guys.
Yeah, I kind of like them. They're a decent payoff for...
They've got the Primaris issue where they have 12,000 guns, but all of them are kind of bad. But together they're okay.
Yeah, the twin Iron Hail autocannon is 3 shots twin-linked.
I don't hate that.
It used to be 6 shots, not twin-linked.
Yeah.
But at least it does re-roll a bunch of stuff, because you can't have Oaths of Moment up at all times on every unit. Mm-hmm. That's not really how you can evaluate
Space Marines.
Space Marines. You can't just assume every unit's good. You put them in your army, one enemy unit gets Oath of Moment. They seem all right. They seem fine. They don't have a ton of damage output.
Yeah.
But they do have a very funny ability, and they do scout, so they start up the board.
I kind of like them.
I kind of like them, too.
Yeah. We have a $5 super chat from Shackleton Mangrum, which is an awesome name as well. I love how everything has been designed to have at least some purpose. You haven't gotten to it yet, but the vehicle list has so much internal synergy. Yeah, no, I actually kind of like that every unit has a special rule. I said earlier that it might be kind of annoying, but it will be, which will be, but once we get there, it'll be cool.
Yeah, once we learn what every unit does on a fundamental level, it'll be interesting. Oh, that's a land speeder Scootly Boop, and what it does is it, when you get shot, you get, bopped or something. It's going to be very interesting, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so this thing, it's cool. It's got synergy with Phobos, and I think it's a good payoff for that.
Yeah. No,
you get shot at, you shoot back. Sweet. Mm-hmm. All right, the Dreadnought.
The Dreadnought. The Box Knot.
The Box Knot. So while an Adeptus starts infantry units within 6 inches, each time on that unit makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1.
Okay.
I honestly love that.
I
also love Box Knots.
I love the Box Knot was one of my first models. I love the Box Knot so much.
So he is smoke, which means he can throw up a smoke screen and get cover and stealth. And he has a 2-up. So he's not super easy to kill. No. He's not hard to kill, but he's not super easy to kill.
Give him a las cannon and a missile launcher, and he just sits in the back and shoots all game.
Yeah.
I don't hate this guy.
Or you walk up alongside your Terminators and they all reroll hit rolls of 1, or Blade Guard reroll hit rolls of 1. I think that's sweet.
You gotta want to shoot him, right? Because he's cute and doesn't do much.
No, but he's cute. Nobody wants to shoot him.
I know.
Honestly, the Box Knot might be one of my favorite models in 40K.
Yeah. I was so sad when he was like going away.
Yeah, defining memory of like me as like a 12-year-old is the intro to Dawn of War 1.
Oh yeah.
Where the Dreadnought just
Wait, with the Howling Banshee?
That's Dawn of War 2. You dated yourself. Well, he does it to orcs.
Oh, okay. He does it in both.
He does it in both.
That's awesome.
Love Box Knots.
I have a defining memory of, I had one of the old metal Box Knots when I was like 8, because my cousin gave it to me, and I was trying to like glue it together, and I like failed epically, so it had like the giant gaps in the thing.
Oh no.
Glue on my hands. I think I still have that Box Knot somewhere.
Yeah, I think I have the Assault on Black Reach guy somewhere from back
I definitely have
back when a long time ago.
Yeah.
Love it, and also auras in 10th edition are nuts.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Because they're rare.
Because they're very rare. You do not see auras. Like, I mean, think about how many auras we've seen in this book. Like 3?
Yeah.
And we've covered like 100 data sheets already. Mm-hmm. I love dreadnoughts. They look sweet. They're very 40k.
Yes, they are. They might be the most iconic unit.
Yeah.
Just the box knot, yeah.
Ballistic dreads are sweet. I love how they look, but nothing beats a box knot for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to put these guys on the table and play, like, actually play them. Mm-hmm. Yep. There are no, there's no Vendread, it looks like. We're over to the Contemptor where they move 6 inches. Whee!
Oh, he's got this rule.
Yep. Even in death, I serve. First time this model is destroyed, remove it from play without resolving its deadly demise ability. Then on a 2-up, you set it back on the board, D6 wounds remaining.
So...
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how Tau are going to beat this.
Twice.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be twice.
It's going to have to be twice.
It's going to have to be twice.
But while I mope, we have 2 super chats. One from Gary P. is a £2 super chat. Very interested in your views on Vindicators. I haven't read the Vindicator Index.
But so Gary, we will let you know
when we get there. Matt O, $5. Not exactly feeling the decreased rerolls or fewer special rules in this release so far. Thanks to guys. We're not either.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
But
where's the reroll tracker? Yeah.
Just have like it's been 0 days since since we've come across full rerolls to hit and wound in a codex. They didn't quite hit the mark on that, but they did hit the mark on giving units unique reasons to hit the table, which I think is sweet. And then Gary P. So Vindicators, I believe, can shoot into their own combat because they have a siege shield.
Okay.
And they hit pretty decently hard, so we'll have to see. I love Vindicators too. One of my first Space Marine units that I played with way back in, like 5th ed or something.
Yeah.
Contemptor moves 6. Got a 2-up save. And it comes back to life. So we'll have to see. Does a decent amount of damage in combat. Roughly about the same as where it was. Strength 12 instead of Strength 14.
Yeah.
But still pretty good at that. And then it has an Assault Cannon or a Multi-Melta. I would want it to be cheaper, but when it is cheaper, it will...
you take 3.
You'll take 3.
Yeah, I can just...
Because they just come back to life, they stand on objectives, come back to life, stand on
objectives. It does only
objectives.
move 6, though, which is kind of sad.
It's very sad. So, also when it comes back to life, you then have to take a Battle Shock, because it likely has less... Yeah. Unless you roll a 5 or a 6, it'll be below half, and then you have to take a Battle Shock on lead 6 to see if you hold the objective. Mm. But even so, you can then pass it and just hold an objective through a Tau shooting phase. So I do like that.
Yeah.
John McCardell, woo! Again, with a $10 super chat. Also, John McCardell is now a channel mod as of Richard Siegler. Did I have a stroke, or weren't the Contemptors on the legend listing? I think it's the Relic Contemptor from Forge World.
The guy with 2 Volkite Culverts, I think you can take. I think he technically had other options, he just always took the Volkite.
Yeah. I've taken him with multi-meltas and combat weapon before. Like, there's reasons to it, but not anymore. Now you're not. Very sad about the Leviathan Dreadnought, to be honest. You are striking out, brother. All Space Marines are legendary.
All right.
So both weapons are fine. I would really want this guy to be cheap if I was going to take him.
Yeah. The box knot.
Ironclad, which is like the box knot's roided out big brother.
Yep. +1 to hit against vehicles and fortifications.
And +1 to wound. In melee.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He's not good.
Anti-vehicle 3+ with +1 to wound.
Toughness 10,
okay.
Which is a real toughness now.
Yeah.
That we're working with. But yeah, it just doesn't hit nearly the same. You can take a seismic hammer and get +1 to hit, +1 to wound.
I love that he has
a lot of damage.
+1 to wound and anti-vehicle.
Yes.
It's some great synergy.
Yes. Well, you don't take that one, I'm assuming.
Probably take the seismic hammer?
Seismic or the Dreadnought combat weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, either one's fine. Don't let this thing near your vehicles. Don't worry, that's easy. 6-inch move.
Yeah, just...
I doubt I would take this one.
Walk slowly in the opposite direction.
Luckily, I think the best Dreadnought's the box knot, actually.
Yeah.
Wow, I've been messing with my hair a lot.
Actually, really like the box knot.
Yeah, I love the box knot.
Pleasantly surprised.
I want to take one.
Yeah.
All right. Redemptor.
So
this one is the only Dreadnought with -1 damage.
Which is important to know. All of the Dreadnoughts do not have -1 damage.
But with a 2-up save, the Redemptor is a pain in the booty to try to get rid of.
Yes.
Complete
Toughness
pain in the booty. John McCardell gifting 50 Art of War
memberships. Wow.
We love you, John McCardell.
Definitely confirms you are better than Desolators.
Yep, you're better than Desolators. Now, I'm sorry you can complain, but you are.
Much better than Desolators.
You're coming up on Gullman tier.
I know.
The
wow.
Lion?
That's impressive.
Yeah. You know. We love you very much, and you are now a mod of the channel, so continue to, you know, just be awesome. I don't really know what to say. We love having a McCardell party.
Okay.
It ain't a party till it's a McCardell party.
This guy has a lot of guns.
A lot of guns.
He moves 8. He's very durable.
The Macroplasma Incinerator is pretty good. Doesn't kill tanks as well anymore.
No.
But he's alright.
But it is blast now, which is very good.
The Heavy Onslaught Cannon has dev wounds, which is pretty good. Doesn't have that many shots.
Yeah.
I don't think this thing is as killy as it used to be.
No, but it's probably more durable.
Yeah, -1 damage and toughness 10 with a 2-up.
I mean, it's like the strength 7 stuff doesn't kill anymore.
Yeah.
No, I like this guy a lot.
Yeah, this guy's great.
Yeah, he's good. Take him.
Moves 8 as well,
Yeah.
which is dope. The Brutalis, if there's one that does damage, it would be the Brutalis. Twin Multi-Melta.
Yep.
So
his charge mortals is actually like a very respectable amount of mortal wounds. Yeah.
2 to a 3. So you select one enemy unit in engage range after you make a charge. On 2 to 3, they take D3. 4 to 5, they take 3. On a 6, they take D3 plus 3.
Yep.
That is a real amount of mortal wounds, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You probably take the Twin Multi-Melta over the Twin Heavy Bolter.
I would assume so.
You actually have a pretty good chance of doming vehicles with it because you reroll your wound rolls. Yep. And then the Brutalis Talons or Fists, they have an extra attack and are twin linked, so they are fundamentally do a completely different category of damage
than the Redemptor.
Because you have an extra attack and you reroll wounds. So that's a big deal. This guy will mess your day up if you are in combat with him.
Yes.
The Brutalis Fists get you the bolt rifles, which you get a pair of them, and so you get 4 shots with reroll to wound. The AP1, that's probably better in my mind than the Talons, but it's probably pretty close.
I kind of like the Talons.
Snip, 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 snip.
They look cooler.
George Bloater, welcome to the War Room Bronze.
Welcome.
Glad to have you here. Yeah, I love this guy.
No, he seems good.
And yes, you can tank shock on top of Brutalis charge and then roll 12 dice.
That's actually quite.
And if you're higher strength than they are, you roll 14.
Ooh.
And yeah, this thing does a lot of mortal wounds on the charge. Don't let this thing near you.
Kind of like this guy. Okay.
Yeah. He's not -1 damage, but he is very hard to kill.
Yep.
All right, the star of the Leviathan box set, the Ballistus Dreadnought.
Dun dun dun.
Dun 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 dun. Has 2 guns. You can't swap them out. No war gear options here. But you do get a 2-shot crack missile launcher, or 2d6 blast, which is a lot.
Yeah.
You get a twin storm bolter, and you get a ballistus las cannon. So 4 good anti-tank shots with rerolling a ranged attack, rerolling hits against targets that are not below half strength, which is where you want reroll hits.
Yeah. No, I mean, he seems really solid.
Very solid.
Very solid. Yeah.
This thing actually puts away tanks with with decent reliability.
The twin las cannon is actually like terrifying now.
Yeah, because you reroll hits.
Yep.
You just reroll hits, and then, here you go. Here's take your saves. And it's all high damage. And yeah, the Ballistus Dread is great. Tank shock. Believe walkers can tank shock.
The walkers can heroic intervention only. So tank shock, I have the book right here, is only any vehicle from the army. So
they can do it. Yeah, they just go in and be like, here, take 8 mortal wounds, and now I'm going to snip, 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 snip.
Yep.
But the ballistus, rerolling hits against things that are above half strength is where you want it.
Yes.
Rerolling against stuff that's below half strength, don't really care.
Yep.
So, love me a ballistus dreadnought. This guy's going to see the table for sure. All right, assault squad, assault marines.
So these guys do not have jetpacks. These are the walking dudes.
Yes. They basically hit like assault intercessors, except
they get sustained hits, lethal hits, or lance.
Yeah, of which lance is probably the best if you're on the charge, but if you're not on the charge, sustained hits or lethal hits are going to be quite
depending on what you're fighting.
And then they get a variety of weapon options that I don't know how much matters. You get an eviscerator, which is fine. It's 3 attack sustained hits at hit on force 722. You probably take it.
Yeah, probably.
And then there you go. The sergeant can get an Astartes shield for a 4-up invuln.
Yep.
These guys don't not hit, but they're not gonna like set the world on fire when they get into combat. Assault squad with jump packs don't have that ability to give themselves a rule, but when they end a charge move, you roll a die for every model in this unit. On a 4-up, they take a mortal. That's just good, honestly.
I kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Love that very much.
It's not like a toughness thing. So if you charge like a knight, you just like take 5 mortals.
Yes. I think it's quite good. So we're gonna see something. Whoop. There we go. All right. So the assault squad, I think is all right. Hammer Wrath's fine.
Yeah.
Gary P, welcome to the War Room Bronze.
Woo!
Glad to have you here.
Welcome to the War Room.
I think assault squad's fine.
Yeah.
The ability to Hammer of Wrath is just good.
Agreed.
So I'm excited. Mm-hmm. You can join characters to them, and then they basically are just -1 strength on a Vanguard veteran unit.
Yeah.
You know, no reason. Honestly, these guys might be better than Vanguards. They don't have the invuln.
They might actually be.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. Hammer of Wrath on like a 10-man unit is very
actually
scary.
kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Jonas Andersson with the Swedish krona.
Yeah, I think that's Swedish krona.
Okay, 50 Swedish krona. I have no idea how much that is, but thank you very much. Expect day 1 FAQ. No Walker tank shock. Knights will be insane otherwise. I have no idea. Maybe not. Maybe not. They'll FAQ that Knights can tank shock for free. Who knows? No clue.
There's no way to tell until we get to day 1 whether there is a day 1 FAQ of some
Correct.
kind. But I would assume not.
Yep.
We will see. All right. So we get to Outriders. These guys are super cool.
Yep.
Love me some Outriders. They're toughness 5 as they were, 4 wounds. I believe they were 3 before.
I think they were 4 before. They were Primaris on a. I think they were 3 before. I have no idea. Whatever. They're 4 wounds now.
And then when they advance, they go 6 inches.
Yep.
So that means if you put them in Assault Doctrine, they just move 18 and charge.
Yep.
It's very good. And they have basic Astartes chainswords, which are fine, I guess.
Fine, yeah.
But you can put a, let's not bury the lead here. You can put an invader in the unit, and then you can give them dev wounds against the target, and then they shoot a lot of guns.
Yeah, that actually sounds quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Mm-hmm. You can also make them Devastator Doctrine, advance 18, get close to something, and just unload a lot of twin bolt rifle shots.
Yeah, no, this seems good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, love that. And then you have a solo invader, which I think can get just one.
Yeah, it's got a multi-melta or a onslaught Gatling cannon.
Once per turn, your opponent's shooting phase, when a friendly mounted unit within 6 inches is selected as a target of attack, you can use the ability after the enemy unit has finished making the attack so small it can shoot as if it was your shooting phase.
Okay, so it's the
Phobos
the
escort
Phobos
thing.
dude, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Makes you shoot the invaders first. Mm-hmm. I do like a big unit with a chaplain just running around the board. 1 CP, they go to Dev Doctrine, you shoot, and you get Dev wounds and reroll wounds.
Yeah, and you can charge.
Seems
fine.
Yeah. I think that's sweet. All right, Bike Squad. They have the same turbo boost rule.
Yep.
Let's see what their war gear options are. You get 3 to 6 with the option for an attack bike.
Yep.
And you have a lot of options. 2 special weapons. Mm-hmm. Attack bike can get a multi-melter or a heavy bolter, and any number of bikers can have their bolt pistol replaced with a chainsword, which probably will.
Yeah.
Those combat weapons kind of terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sergeant can get like a thunderhammer or something.
Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah, seems good.
They seem good. Captain on bike can join them. I believe that's about it.
Yep. Oh, the chaplain on bike
can join them as well.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The Scout Bike Squad.
The Scout bikes. Scout 9, so they actually have something that differentiates themselves from a regular bike squad.
When they arrive from strategic reserves, they can show up in your opponent's deployment zone, even though you normally cannot.
Yep.
Other than that, they're Scout bikes. They have Astartes chainswords. I assume the sergeant gets some cool upgrades. They've got bolters.
Yep. They're
fine.
They're the same thing as a bike squad, except instead of turbo boosting.
What's their OC? 2?
2.
If they're pretty cheap, I actually don't hate these guys.
They're very fast.
Yeah.
Because they scout 9 at the start of the game, then they move 12.
And you can advance them. Yeah, no, these guys are actually kind of solid.
Yeah, I like these guys. Yeah. Scout 9 just means they're in the middle of the board behind terrain.
Yep.
Your opponent, and then they're just running around doing objective
nonsense,
stuff.
yeah.
They're not going to do anything real, but they will do objective things.
The attack bike, it's an attack bike.
And it has the escort.
Yep.
When a friendly mounted unit within 6 inches.
It's the same as the invader.
Yes. And like the invader, it does mean they can shoot when they themselves are shot at, which is funny.
Yeah.
Probably take the multi-melter over the heavy bolter.
Almost certainly.
They seem pretty decent.
Suppressors!
All right, suppressors! Woo! Suppression fire means in your shooting phase, after it's shot, select an enemy unit hit by 1 or more attacks with the accelerated autocannon. Until the start of your next turn, while that enemy unit is suppressed. While it's suppressed, they're -1 to hits. It's not bad.
No, it's not.
Not
they gained Pippa strength on their guns.
Yep. But vehicles went up a lot in toughness, so these things do not kill vehicles.
No, not anymore.
They hit on 4s. If you stand still, they hit on 3s with 3 shots.
I don't really know what these guys do, right? Like, because their gun wants to shoot infantry, but it's only AP1, because it's not high enough strength to do damage to vehicles. But, like, I don't know. I think they're just kind of like milquetoast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They seem alright.
Yeah.
Apparently, hold on. Apparently the scout bike can all get shotguns. Oh no, they can all get the Astartes grenade launcher instead of their twin bolter. And Astartes grenade launcher, oh wow, yeah, no, that's a real profile.
Oh, okay.
So all of them can just shoot strength 9 AP2 damage D3.
That's
real.
Funny. Yeah, wow, okay. No, that's okay.
Yeah. I like that.
Federal Marshal with the $5 super chat. Jack referred to the land speeder Scooby-Doo. Is this a land speeder storm with Scooby and the gang inside? Will it kill for a Scooby snack? Yes, and yes. And I'm here to confirm that Jack has just spent 4 hours custom converting a scout squad to look like Scooby-Doo and the gang.
Oh, I don't have to. That's a kit that's coming out. Scooby-Doo licensed 40K product. They're in the 40K universe now.
As soon as Games Workshop puts it out, we'll put it on the table and you can find all sorts of war room tactics with Scooby and the gang.
How to unmask. How to be, what is that? I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for
meddling kids.
How to be your best meddling kid.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
You can find all about it in the war room. We have a 3-day free trial.
All right. Inceptors. They have a super cool rule.
Yes.
Which is when they're set up using Deep Strike, they can show up 3 inches away from enemy units but cannot charge.
Screw your screening.
Yeah, your screening doesn't matter. They're meteoric.
Yeah.
They're coming down real hard and fast, and their gun is legit.
Yeah, I know, it's super legit.
They are going to be absolute suckers for hazardous.
Yes, they are.
If you roll 1s, you're going to be sad, but in exchange, you get re-rolling to wound, strength 8, AP3, damage 3.
I like these guys.
Yes.
Like a lot.
Assault bolters are not terrible. Probably not what you go with.
Damage 2?
Sustained hits 2, though.
Ooh.
That could be a lot of shots.
How many can you take? Can you take 6?
Yeah, you can take 6. You just show up. Now,
I feel like you still take the plasma because they're going to die anyways, right? Like, who cares?
I think you take the plasma, you show up, and you shoot with re-rolling to wound.
Yep.
You can even show up next to a dreadnought and re-roll 1s to hit and re-roll your wounds.
No, these guys, like, legit. I like them.
I think they're good. They, as I said, are absolute suckers for hazardous. You're just taking hazardous checks, and it's going to be sad.
They are a seeker missile. You fire them once, and they're gone.
Yeah. Live fast, die young.
Yep.
You know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Storm Speeder Hail Strike.
All right.
So Storm Speeder Hail Strike. Each of the Storm Speeders has this different thing it does.
Okay. So this one has a Frag Storm grenade launcher, which is fine. An Onslaught Gatling cannon, which is fine. And a twin Iron Hail Heavy Stubber, which is also fine. It's got some decent anti-infantry firepower.
Not amazing, but decent.
But decent.
But what it has is Hail Strike. Each time it's shot, select an enemy unit that was hit by 1 or more attacks made by either small of this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a friendly Adeptus Astartes unit makes a ranged attack that targets that unit, improve AP by 1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's real good.
That's real good.
You know what that's really good on?
What?
Desolators.
Yeah. You know, they sight in their AP goes up to 2, even. If you really try. Yeah. That's a very good support ability. Its offense by itself
is not great.
Pretty meh.
So what you can do is you can shoot your Fragstorm grenade launcher at something, and then everything else is something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you do some amount of damage to infantry in the open, and then the Fragstorm grenade launcher sights in, and then something else shoots and goes, bye!
Yeah, no, I like this.
Yeah, you just have to hit. That's all you gotta do. It seems pretty good.
Seems fine.
It's a buff piece, really, and I think it's good at that role.
This one's got a Las Talon, which is an okay anti-vehicle shot, 1 Storm Fury missile shot, which is a pretty good anti-vehicle shot, and then 2 rocket pods, which are like fine marine killers.
They're great anti-fly. Twin-linked anti-fly 2+.
That's fair. That is pretty good. Yeah.
So against enemy like Vanguard.
Oh, is this Brother Tinnitus?
Yes, it's Brother Tinnitus. Brother, I have pinned here. Each time this model has shot, select one enemy monster or vehicle unit hit by it, and then each time a friendly Adeptus Astartes unit makes a ranged attack, they get +1 to wound.
Also an amazing spotter piece.
Piece. They run around, they shoot, okay, and then the rest of your army shoots monsters and vehicles
really well
off the board.
Yes.
So we'll have to see if it's priced to be a support piece, but it is a support piece.
Yeah, no, these things are great.
Just with decent guns on top of it.
I like it.
Yeah.
right, what's next?
Storm Speeder
Hammer
Strike. Yes, this is also Brother Tinnitus.
Okay.
Each time it's shot, select an enemy unit is hit by one or more attacks, and they cannot have the benefit of cover.
Okay. So this one's got a Melted Destroyer, which is a actually pretty good melted gun. It's 3 shots. Then we've got a Crack Storm Grenade Launcher, which is fine. It's kind of a weird profile. And then a Hammer Strike Missile Launcher, which is like an okay 2-shot missile launcher.
Yep. And Melted Destroyer is a 3-shot multi-melta.
Yeah.
Seems alright.
Seems alright.
Seems alright. Mostly, these things are here for their
I like this one
piece.
the least of the 3.
I think ignoring cover is like an additional point of AP.
That's fair.
So against some targets, but then the +1 AP is against
just every
anything.
target. Yeah.
You know, it's good against everything. And then against monsters and vehicles, the Thunder Strike ruins them.
Yes.
I think. So you really want to put these guys in and see what the rest of your army wants to try to kill. And +1 wound against monsters and vehicles
is very good.
Really helps
Very
you kill them
good,
quickly. Yeah. I love the build on these Storm Speeders. I think it's going to be super
I like
sweet.
them a lot, yeah.
They are toughness 9, which is Rhino toughness, which is kind of fine.
Yeah. 11 wounds, 3 up save. These things will die to like random
Yeah.
Bright Lances or whatever.
All right. Land Speeder. Start of your shooting phase, select an enemy unit visible to this model. Until the end of the phase, each time a friendly Adeptus Astartes model makes an attack with a blast weapon, you get +1 to hit and ignores cover.
I like these guys.
Pretty good.
Yeah, seems good.
Pretty good. Gets a multi-melta,
Or a heavy
gets
bolter.
a heavy bolter.
They're a land speeder if you don't know what they're due by now.
Yeah, they fly around. They sight in for blast weapons.
Yep.
So really good at supporting your indirect. Land Speeder Tornado. Strafing Enfilade. Each time this model ends a normal move, you can select one enemy unit other than monsters and vehicles that it moved over, and you roll 6 dice for every 4 up they take a mortal wound.
That's actually not terrible. It's not great.
It
It's
drops
not terrible.
like 3 mortals on a unit.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's fine.
Yeah, it seems alright. You get an assault cannon and a multi-melta. It really comes down to how much this thing's priced.
Yep.
But if it's a cheap little shooting platform, I could really see it doing well.
If it's pretty cheap, you can use it to activate all 3 of your Tech Marines.
Living the dream.
Woo!
Living the dream. All right, and then last one, the Typhoon. Looks like they left out the Land Speeder Scooby-Doo. I was told personally by James Workshop himself that it would be in here, but unfortunately, he's lied to me once again.
It's just later down. No, I mean, like, it's...
Like, way later.
Yeah,
down.
way later
Yeah,
down.
keep scrolling, keep scrolling.
It's down there with the librarian on bike.
It's somewhere in there, I'm sure. So this one's the long-range firepower, because it's got a multi-melta at 18, but a Typhoon missile launcher, 2 crack missile shots.
Yeah.
Pretty decent, not insane damage. In your shooting phase, each time small shot, it can make a normal move up to D6.
Yep.
That's really... Can't charge afterwards, obviously, but it's really good just fire and fade. Just poke out, shoot, poke out, poke back. Poke out, shoot, poke back.
Kind of like this.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the elder player in me, but there's not like a range restriction or whatever, so you can just like tap the terrain feature, shoot, and then go back.
Yeah. So you just barely get line of sight, shoot, and then, oh, I'm out of line of sight again. Guess how that worked. And you just shoot with multiples of these a turn. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, seems good.
Hellblasters.
These guys are funny.
These guys are hilarious. They're great. I love these guys. Each time a model in this unit is destroyed you roll a d6 on a 3-up, it stays in play and shoots after they're all done.
So here's what you do. Okay. You take an impulsor, and you load it with Hellblasters.
Right, yeah.
And they all shoot out the back.
Right.
And you roll a bunch of 1s, and the impulsor dies. And they all get out. And some died because you get out, and then they shoot. And then the unit hasn't shot yet because the impulsor had the guns in it, and so they shoot. And then they die, and they shoot again.
That's the Wombo combo. I would expect them to patch that, honestly, to come in and FAQ it and say, hey, if your vehicle dies because of the hazardous tests, the Hellblasters shooting out of the top
don't get to shoot again.
They don't get to shoot again.
Yeah.
But that would be very funny. But even at its basic, this is what the units do. They
still
walk
very
up,
good.
they shoot, they take hazardous, they die, they shoot again. Your opponent shoots them, they shoot again. They have plasma pistols, so they can shoot into combat when they die.
Yeah.
Just very solid. Very, very, very solid. Also, it's the destroyed model can shoot, so your opponent kills you and one of your guys is in combat. Oh, look, he fires his pistol. Now the rest of your guys aren't. Boom, 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 and just like close range gun down the unit that went and killed them. I think these things are great.
No, I like these guys a lot.
They're deeply funny and also very solid. They're like a one-use piece. You run out and you shoot. So the combo for people in chat is, if it's for everyone, every one you roll, you take 3 mortals. So if your thing's on low wounds, you run up, you shoot, it dies, then you guys get out, you shoot again, then you die again, then you shoot again.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. Yeah. But even at a base level, these guys will just shoot twice most of the time. And that's great.
No, they seem good.
That's great.
They're good. Yeah.
If you really want to do a lot of damage, you can bolter discipline them.
Ooh.
And then they exploding fives every time they shoot, and they're just really good at leveling units in front of you.
Yeah, they seem good.
I think this is awesome.
I like this unit a lot.
Yeah. I want to get these guys now. I wanted to get them for a while, but they were just terrible and overpriced.
Eliminators.
And now they seem sweet. So, Eliminators, also pretty sweet in the past. Infiltrators and Stealth. They don't have the you can't shoot them unless you're within 12 rule, which
you can put the Librarian in there.
You can put the Librarian in there. Maybe a little expensive.
They also have Fire and Fade.
You just get 3 Duders.
That's fair. Okay, so you don't want to put characters with 3 Duders.
But they get Fire and Fade because the Eliminator Sergeant, if he has the Inscare Bolt Carbine, you make a normal move after shooting.
Yes.
Which is sweet. They did say you can't charge afterwards, unlike in 9th edition. But that's great. You pop out 2 Las Fusils, you shoot, you scoot.
Yep. No, seems good.
Yeah. The Inscare Bolt Carbine also got a lot better. Damage 3 and precision.
That's good. Wow, okay. Yeah.
And then if they stand still, they get dev wounds.
I also kind of like the Bolt Sniper Rifle.
Yeah.
Damage 3. They're just good at killing characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it seems good.
Heavy precision. They get dev wounds if they stood still.
Yeah, no, I like these guys.
Yeah, these guys are sweet. Eradicators also, they look dope as hell.
So cool.
Eradicators. Each time a ranged attack made by a monolith unit targets a monster or vehicle, you reroll hits, wounds, and damage.
Ooh, but they don't shoot twice anymore.
They don't. They basically have an 18-inch range Melta gun and an 18-inch range multi-Melta that hits on 4s.
Yeah.
So you get 2 shots with the Melta rifle, 2 shots with the multi-Melta, real hits, wounds, and damage. If you're feeling lucky and you think you can get those 5s to wound, then they're pretty good at killing vehicles. If you don't, then they won't do very much.
Yeah.
But rerolling damage is also great in a D6 damage weapon. Oh, I rolled a 2, now I'm going to reroll that. That's a 4. Alright, sweet. Eradicators seem pretty good. I would expect them to be lower in price because they are worse. Double shooting is just better than rerolling stuff against specifically monsters and
especially
vehicles.
when you can just give them rerolls for free.
And they also lost 6 inches of range,
That's
which is
fair.
big on a 5-inch moving platform.
On them with Melta weapons too, because you can't show up in Melta range anymore.
But if these guys are cheap and cheerful and can come in off the board edge with strategic reserves, I could really see these guys.
Yeah, no, I like these guys.
Yep, we are flipping the sign back to it's been 0 days since we've seen a unit with 4 rerolls to hit wounds, but that's fine. That's fine. I think these guys are sweet.
No, I like
these guys are sweet.
Yeah.
Devastator
Squad.
Okay, so they also have a lot of rules.
Oh gosh, okay. So you get to flip 1 die to a 6
After making a hit roll.
once per battle.
Yep.
Which is fine.
If it stands still, they get ignores cover.
Okay.
Which is
Fine.
fine. Neither one of those is as good as Ballistic Skill 2 and Shoot Again. But hey, you know, that is what it is.
And then they're Devastators, so they assume they get 4 heavy weapons.
You would be surprised. Yes, they get 4 heavy weapons.
Okay, and they are the firstborn heavy weapons?
Yes. Plasma Cannon,
Shocker.
Multi-Melta, Missile Launcher, Las Cannon, Heavy Flamer, Heavy Bolter, Grav Cannon.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
They're exactly what I expected.
They all hit on 4s with heavy. This unit really wants to stand still.
The problem is Marine standing still in the open is not where you want to be.
Not great.
Yeah.
Not great. Grav Cannon's kind of scary, though.
They are. I actually like Grav Cannons a lot.
Yeah. They shoot 24, so not 30 anymore, but they are anti-vehicle 2+.
Ooh.
So they just pile wounds onto vehicles. And if you stand still, you get ignores cover, because vehicles can get cover now. You can actually really hurt a vehicle, especially since you flip a die to a 6 when you shoot. If you stand still and you just look at where vehicles might come, then they come into that line, you just shoot them, you ignores cover, you hit on 3s, you flip one of your misses to a 6, and you hand them a lot of saves.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty sweet. Missile Launcher, Las Cannon are also decent at long-range shooting. Las Cannon, strength 12. Love that. Yeah, I think these guys are sweet. Multi-Melta's probably not going to care so much about ignores cover.
No.
Flipping a die to a 6 on a hit is pretty sweet there.
Is there a way to give them... I mean, you can put like a lieutenant in here and get lethal hits or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems fine.
Yeah. You can get, by the way, if you go Dev Doctrine on the Grav Cannons, you do get AP2 if you spend the CP on it.
Yeah.
AP2 and what, ignores cover?
Yeah, that's actually pretty significant.
That is
4 Grav Cannons?
Yeah.
Okay, I like them.
Yeah, I don't hate them.
We got a $20 super chat from Phil V, or maybe Phil 5.
Maybe
I play Sisters of Battle. What are 3 units that you would target prioritize in this codex? So I'm going to give you my 3. With the caveat that we have not seen the Sisters of Battle index, so I am assuming that the army is going to be toughness 3 girls in power armor with heavy weapons like they have been for the last 10 editions.
Yes.
Number 1, the next thing on this list, Desolators.
Oh, jeez, it is the next thing. Oh, no.
2, the land speeder that gives you extra AP. It's also got some good anti-infantry shots. Pretty good. And 3, you're up for the third one, Jack.
Desolation Squad again.
Yeah, Desolation Squad again.
Again.
And then for freebie 4th, I really like Terminators.
Yeah, you gotta kill those terms.
I'm gonna say Terminators.
Blade Guard Vets, you also have to shoot
or
to
Blade
death.
Guard Vets, yeah.
You cannot charge them.
Whatever bully melee unit Marines are gonna stick in the center. That's my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Desolation Squad's like spots 1 through 3 for me.
Yeah, it should
very
be.
scary.
Yeah,
for
Desolation
sisters.
Spot is 1 through 3, and then it's the land speeder that gives you extra AP, and then it's whatever the bully unit is. Like those are
Blade Guard especially. Yeah. But speaking of which, Desolation Marines.
The squad was ludicrous in 9th edition.
It's
somehow worse now.
it's better.
It's better. It is better now.
We will see what the points cost
Fair.
is.
Yeah.
But I presume they haven't gone up in points.
That's what they've said.
They're really
good.
Really good. Yeah.
Their rule is you just ignore the indirect penalty.
Only if they stand still.
Sure, with your indirect weapons.
Yeah, they'll do that. They will do that. Also, just having exploding 5s on their super cracks is very scary. You know, you walk out into the open, you're like, all right, I hit on 4s. Even, let's assume they're not shooting the target that's at the moment, even though this unit will shoot the at the moment target every turn of the game.
Yeah.
You hit on 4s with exploding 5s, that's basically hitting on 2s.
Yep.
And then the super crack is very scary to be hit by. Mm-hmm. Don't love that. And they are shooting the at the moment target, so they just pick a unit and it goes to sleep.
Yep.
That's just how that works.
It doesn't matter what it is, 100% of the time, because you hit on 4s, full rerolls, exploding 5s.
Which I believe, is definitely higher than 100% hit rate.
100%, yeah, definitely.
Because exploding 6s with full rerolls on hitting on 4s is 100% hit rate.
Yeah. So you should get like 120% hits.
Yep.
And then like most of them should wound because you're strength 10 with full rerolls to wound. And then you're d6 plus 1 damage. So you're like, goodbye, Mr. Knight. Thunk.
Yeah.
And then also like the Fangor launcher is still incredible. And the Castellan launchers are still good.
The Fangor launcher went up to strength 7.
Why?
It got blast!
This unit is not okay.
This unit
is
full
stop, not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stuff you can stack with the Castellan launcher is gross. Yeah. Because blast is very, very good. It means if you're shooting a 10-man unit, it's just D3 plus 2 shots a piece. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to get exploding 5s, and you stand still, so you get ignores cover and ignores the penalty to your hit rolls. So it's 3s to hit, full rerolls, then it wounds, strength 4, AP 1, damage 1, because you're going to throw the ability on it to get it AP 1. And they ignore cover, and you're just going to shred like any unit out of line of sight.
Yeah.
Reasonably.
Like you kill Terminators with these guys.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
You point like a Terminator unit, you point this at a Terminator unit, and the Terminator unit disappears.
Yep.
And like half the Terminator unit disappears out of line of sight.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's too much. Yeah.
But we'll have to see their points cost.
Yeah.
And they're very easy to fix.
Yeah.
You just prevent them from being joined.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If this unit cannot be joined by dudes, totally fine.
Yeah.
They're probably still good, but they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
The exploding 5s makes them just like, no, stop. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to shoot them first. They are probably one of the premier indirect units in the game. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. This one definitely feels like there's a lot of really strong things in this book.
Yeah.
This feels like the thing that's too strong.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Other stuff we've said, like, that's pretty good, is like, probably fine. Like, right? Like, it seems strong, but every book should have strong options. This unit just seems like way out of scale.
Yeah. And, okay, fair enough. Terminator's legitimate, as that exact example, has Armor of Contempt, and so probably only loses a couple guys because you put a lot of damage on them. Mm-hmm. You put a lot of saves on them. They probably only lose a couple. But anything that doesn't have Armor of Contempt is probably just going to die. Mm-hmm. And anything that is a 3-up save is probably just going to die either way. Yep. So they're very good. They appear to be better than they were before. That one unit, at least, with the exploding 5s, definitely seems very good. Mm-hmm. Thunderfire Cannon.
Thunderfire Cannon.
In your shooting phase, after this unit has shot, if an enemy infantry unit was hit by one or more attacks made by this unit's Thunderfire Cannon, then they're shaken, and they have -2 move, -2 advance, -2 charge. They don't have a ton of damage, but they will prevent you from moving over and
I
over again.
actually like these guys.
Yeah, I think they're sweet.
Not triple Exorcist and hope for the best. Maybe.
Exorcists, indirect. I
am afraid that we are going back to World War One. Indirect wars.
We'll see.
We'll
have to see. I mean, it depends on points. It depends on what a lot of other armies have in the game, and I assume that GW will fix that fairly quickly.
So one thing I will say is, as much as we doom and gloom about Desolators, GW has been better and more responsive now than any other point in history.
Yes.
So if something's broken, I assume we're going to get it fixed relatively soon in the next, quarterly balance update or whatever.
Yeah. We've been through worse.
Yeah.
Thunderfire Cannon, I think it's a great piece because it throws debuffs on your opponent.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do a ton of damage.
See, this, I'm fine with indirect being like this.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Yeah.
You'll kill some dudes in cover or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's sweet.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Fire Strike Servo Turrets, baby.
Oh, it moves 3 inches.
It moves. It always moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it should, but I guess it crashed.
Yeah. He just gets out and drags it. Each time you select this unit for the Fire Overwatch stratagem, you hit on 4s. Okay.
And it's 1 to 2 Fire Strike Servo Turrets.
They come in units?
Yeah, they come in units.
That's hilarious.
And they're twin linked. I actually don't hate this. I like it.
No,
I think I want to take the Las Talon.
Yeah.
Oh, the Las Talon went from 24 to 36 inch range.
Okay.
And then they fire Overwatch hitting on 4s.
Kind of like this unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
No, okay, that's pretty cool.
The Hunter. This thing hits anti-fly 3 plus dev wounds on a d6 plus 2 damage gun.
I see.
And then
now.
Against monsters and vehicles, it automatically hits on a 2. That seems pretty good.
That seems good.
Yeah. I like it. It's still unreliable, right? Because it's one shot.
Yeah.
But against monster vehicles, it hits pretty good.
It's also good against
10.
Vanguard veterans or other flying infantry, because on a 3-up, you're just take d6 plus 2 more.
Half your unit's dead.
Yeah.
I think 100's sweet. Toughness 11, 11 wounds. It's fairly tanky. And, yeah, I think it's sweet. It's a one-shot gun, so I don't think it's going to be too great. It's not going to be too reliable.
Yes.
But,
it's cute.
Yeah. Oh, it's just ballistic skill 2 plus as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's heavy, so you can get hit on 2 with +1.
Nice. Or you can just
always hit on a 2 against monster
vehicles. This guy hits on 2s. Whichever way swing it.
It's good into flyers.
Yeah.
Because you will re-roll that wound roll because they don't get a save. It's just, here, damage. All right. Stalker. The Stalker has the Icarus Storm Cannon, which is anti-fly 2 plus. Not dev wounds, but more than one shot. And then you can, each time you target with Overwatch, just after an enemy unit that has fly starts or ends any kind of move, when resolving that stratagem, in addition to shooting that enemy unit, you can select up to 3 additional enemy units within 24 inches of this model that can fly, and this model can also shoot at each of those units with Icarus Storm Cannon, but unmodified hit roll 6 is required to score.
I don't know. It's also cute.
Just sprays shots in every direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just flak guns.
Yeah. It fires at every tank on the table, but it hits on 6s.
It's fine.
Or fires at every fly unit on the table, but hits on 6s. It seems alright. Alright. The Whirlwind. So the Whirlwind Vengeance Launcher is very good.
Yeah.
It's D6 plus 3 blast.
Yeah.
It's strength 8, AP2, damage 2, sorry.
This thing actually also very good.
Yes.
So you take 3 of these and you take your Dreadnought.
No, the Dreadnought is infantry only.
Oh, sad.
Yes. Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yes.
Just after this model shot, if one or more of those attacks scores a hit against enemy infantry, they must take a battle shock.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's good indirect for the record.
Yes.
D6 plus 3 blast is very strong. It doesn't have an inbuilt way to ignore the indirect fire penalty, unlike a lot of things, because it's not heavy. So if you are shooting out of line of sight, you're going to be -1 to hit. And then I assume you can vehicle it up to make it hit on 3s again, because you have a Tech Marine there. And then if he dies, Tech Marine goes on a whirlwind rampage of vengeance. Woo! It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it seems fine.
Yeah, it seems good. Honestly, seems very good indirect piece. What's the other one? It just has the Vengeance Launcher,
Cool.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
The Predator.
The Predator Destructor. When it makes a ranged attack against... This is the autocannon variant. Makes an attack that targets infantry, +1 AP.
Okay.
To all of its guns.
I don't hate that.
I don't
it
hate
goes
that
to
either.
8 strength 9 AP2 damage. That's a really good like Terminator killer, Gravis killer. Yeah.
Yep, 6 shots at 9, 2, 3 is pretty good. Not twin linked or anything, but still quite solid.
Yeah, no, seems good.
Yeah. And then all the storm bolters and heavy bolters and whatnot all go to AP2 against... all go to AP1 or 2. Seems good.
Yeah, seems good.
Yeah, I like that. Depends on the points.
The
but,
Annihilator rerolls damage rolls of 1 against
That is
monsters and vehicles.
substantially worse. I
Yes.
really wish it rerolled wound rolls of
Yes.
1, not damage rolls of 1.
Much less good.
But I think it's still all right. It has a
Yeah.
twin-linked las cannon, which is just 1 shot, unfortunately, but still is very reliable at getting that damage through. I think it's solid. I don't like it as much as I like the Destructor.
No, I like the Destructor a lot.
Yeah. The Gladiator
Gladiator
Lancer.
Lancer.
All right.
You can reroll...
This guy's sweet. 1 hit roll, 1 wound roll, and a damage roll when resolving its attacks.
Okay, so it's pretty reliable on its
Yeah.
big gun.
And the Lancer laser, well, it can do that on any of its guns.
Okay, but use it on the Laser Destroyer.
You will lose it on the Laser Destroyer, but if you hit with your laser, then
yeah.
the Iron Hail will reroll its hit roll.
Strength 14, AP4, D6 plus 3. That is a very, very good anti-tank profile.
D6 plus 3.
Yeah, no, this is an amazing, like good anti-tank profile.
Yeah, this thing will smoke vehicles with a quickness.
Toughness 10, 12 wounds, like solid.
Like, let's see if it kills its... Hold on, I have 2 dice right here.
Does it kill itself?
Let's see if it kills itself. All right, so it doesn't get a save. So
you
it
get
hits on 3s.
it's 2 hits.
Just both hit. Wounds on 3s, both wound.
wounds.
I mean, I had a reroll there, but whatever.
Whatever.
So it doesn't get a save.
And it's-
So the first damage is 7. And the next
then-
one is a
which you
1, which I will reroll for
so
free,
it
and
kills
it's dead.
itself, yeah.
Yeah, it just killed itself right
Cool.
there. Yeah, this thing smokes tanks.
Yeah, it's also heavy, so hits on 2s if you stand still.
Yeah, if you stand still, yeah. But the fact that it gets a reroll to hit, wound, and damage just means it has insane efficiency down the line.
Is this one a transport?
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
And then it has some other stuff. It has an Icarus rocket pod. It has some stubbers.
It's a
it has
Primaris
Storm
vehicle,
Bolter.
so it has 1,000 guns.
It's 15 things stapled onto it, but mainly that Lancer Laser Destroyer
It's like a very...
actually kills
very,
tanks
Yeah, very, very reliably.
with a quickness.
Yes.
I love that. I love these things just poking around long range, just being like 72-inch range on its guns.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, flip the thing. Day 0 since full rerolls. I mean, 2 shots, rerolling a hit, wound, and damage is essentially full rerolls.
Yes.
Unless you roll really bad.
Yes.
And you can also use the CP to reroll the other one, so... All right. Yeah, Lancers look like they smoke tanks, which is what they should do.
Reaper.
The Gladiator Reaper against infantry has sustained hits 2 with its main gun. And its
12
main gun is
attacks.
dev wounds and twin linked.
I like this thing.
This thing's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And Lancer, as pointed out by the chat, Lancer is great into things that aren't the Oath of Moment target. So you have your Oath of Moment target, you pick your thing that kills your Oath of Moment target, probably Desolators, and then you kill it, and then you have Lancers lurking around to also kill vehicles with reliability. I love that.
Yeah,
Love the Lancer.
Does it have 2 Tempest Bolters or 1?
It has 2 Tempest Bolters.
Yeah, it's like this thing has a lot of shots.
It remains, it used to be like 40. 2 Tempest Bolters, a twin heavy onslaught Gatling cannon, and an armored hull.
So you take the rocket pod.
And you take the rocket pod and the heavy stubber, yeah. This thing fires a lot of shots.
A lot of guns.
A lot of guns. And its big gun gets sustained hits too.
Yeah.
So it functionally gets 100% hit rate.
Yep.
And then you reroll wounds looking for dev wounds. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
Pretty good. I like the Lancer a little bit more, but
The Valiant.
each time this model makes an attack with its twin las talon targets the closest eligible monster vehicle, +1 to hit. And so it'll hit on 2s.
Its guns are pretty solid.
Yeah, I wish they had like a pip or 2 more of strength.
I would rather have the Laser Destructor.
I
'cause
have-
that one just sits way in the back.
No idea why its multi-melta is the only one that lifted, and it's strength 10 on its multi-melta, not strength 9 like every other multi-melta in the game.
No idea.
But, hey, I will take it.
Yeah.
It's got 2 multi-meltas, a twin las talon, and an armored hull.
Yeah.
It rerolls its wound rolls. It gets +1 to hit. I like it, too.
Yeah.
I think I like the Lancer a little bit more, but this one might even be better, just because you fire 6 anti-tank shots, 2 of which hit on 2s and reroll wounds fully. So that's pretty good. D6 plus 3, though. All right. Vindicator. So we'll see what the Vindicator does.
There's a lot of support for the Vindicator.
There's a lot of support for the Vindicator.
All right,
in
so
chat.
it has D6 +3 shots, blasts, hitting on 3, strength 14, AP3 damage, D6, which is legit.
It's legit. It's
Got a
decent
100 killer
damage.
missile, which is basically, so it's d6 plus 4 the first time you fire it. Then it's got a storm bolter. Okay, cool.
And it can fire, so when it makes ranged attacks with a demo cannon, it can target enemy units with engage range of it, as long as there's no other enemy units engage range of that unit. And then when making its ranged attacks, it does not suffer penalty to hit rolls for being engage range.
Toughness 11 with a 2-up save.
Yeah.
And remember, vehicles can get cover now, so that's more than it.
And it can also get Armor of Contempt.
Yeah, this thing's boxy.
This thing's tough.
Yes.
I like the Vindicator.
I like the Vindicator too.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, seems good.
I wish it had some... I mean, you have access to full rerolls, but
Yeah.
I don't want to count on it. But yeah, Vindicator's sweet.
No, I like it. Good on the Vindicator.
Love the Vindicator. Love the rules. You just push forward the Sea Shield and just run people over.
The Firstborn stuff has been pretty solid.
Pretty solid.
Yeah. The Land Raider.
So you can get out of a Land Raider and charge after it's moved.
Yep.
That is its purpose.
Yes.
Let's see if it does anything past that.
It's got 2 Godhammer las cannons, which are, so it has 4 shots, hitting on 3, strength 12, it'd be 3 DC plus 1 damage.
Yeah.
So like a respectable anti-tank
Yeah,
platform.
it has four shots at that, which is pretty good. And then it has a bunch of other random nonsense.
Yeah.
Strength 9 multi-melta because it didn't go to Primaris multi-melta school. But mostly it's here to transport Terminators, that sort of thing. I mean, what can it transport, right?
Yep.
Transports 12 models. Each jump pack, Wolfen, Gravis, or Terminator takes up 2. Each Centurion takes up a space of 3.
So you can take 4 Centurions in here.
I don't hate that.
No, I don't either.
But yeah, its point is to go up the table, dump guys out, charge.
Yeah.
And for that...
Toughness 12?
Yeah, toughness 12 with the 2-up.
That's very durable. The thing is very durable.
Very tough. Very tonk. I will say the Land Raider Crusader is, in my mind, I think a little bit better at that role because it transports 16
guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
You want to cover that real fast?
Yeah. So, it's the same as other Land Raiders, durability-wise. It's got 2 Hurricane Bolters, which are rapid fire 6, twin-linked. So you're going to have 24 shots, which is nothing. Then a multi-melta, storm bolter, and a twin assault cannon. So it shoots much less hard, but it's better into anti-infantry. I think I'd rather have the top one just because I like the las cannons a lot.
The las cannons are a lot better. The Hurricane Bolters are each 12 shots up close with reroll wounds.
Yeah.
So 24 shots rerolling wounds.
Are the Godhammer las cannons twin-linked?
No.
Oh, sad.
Yeah. It's kind of random what is and is not twin linked.
Yeah,
because they're very clearly twin linked, but 2 shots, no rerolls.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Having an extra shot is just better.
Yes.
All right. So the Crusader, it holds more. And I think having the ability to take 5 Centurions or 8 Terminators, I think is pretty good. If you're looking to transport big squad, the problem is that a character plus a unit either leaves a bunch of empty space or overfills a Crusader. So we'll see.
Yeah.
The Redeemer's guns actually look very, very solid.
So the Flamestorm Cannon ignores cover torrent, d6 plus 3 shots. This will auto hit, ignores cover. Strength 6 AP2. Oh wow, strength 6 AP2 damage 2.
Yeah, it has 2 of these. So you've 13
roasts
shots
the Marine
on
squad
average.
every turn.
Yeah. 13 shots on average. It's strength 6 AP2 damage 2, and it is a very potent Overwatch threat as well.
Oh wow, this thing's terrifying in Overwatch.
Yeah. And then it tosses out 7 dudes.
Yeah.
Or
like 5 in a character.
4 Centurions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Land Raider Redeemer quite a lot, honestly.
No, it seems good.
Yeah. This is my Land Raider choice.
Yes.
Yeah. Holds what was it? Is 14, so it holds the mid bracket between 12 and 16. And the guns are very scary.
The
very,
Overwatch
very
is
scary.
actually very good on this. Because it just goes bam, bam, and picks up 10 Marines.
Yeah, because it's 2d6 plus 6 auto hits at 622. It's a scary profile, legitimately. And then you have the assault cannon and or a multi-melter or something. But the Flamestorm cannons are vicious, as they used to be. They used to be the Redeemer did the most damage. Now it does again.
Yes.
All right, the Repulsor. And they've finally fixed the fact that these things had like 70 billion random shots, but they still kind of do. They have the Repulsor defensive array, which is just 13 shots. Or sorry, not 13.
Shots.
18 shots to hit on 3s.
Thank God.
Yes. You don't need to roll out my Iron Hail.
Heavy Stubber and the Twin Storm
Wombo
Bolter in the front. The
blasters,
Twin
and then-
Storm Bolter in the back.
Yes.
Once per turn in your opponent's charge phase. You can get back into this thing.
Yeah, this rule is sweet.
Yeah.
Your opponent picks them as a target of a charge, and you just get back in.
Yeah. So we've got the Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon or a Las Talon, I think. And the defensive array, and a twin heavy bolter. This thing seems good.
Yeah.
I like this thing.
I like this thing quite
I
a
like
lot.
this thing a lot, yeah. How many can it hold?
So it's twin heavy bolter replaced with a twin las cannon, heavy onslaught replaced with a las talon. So it ends up with a respectable amount of anti-tank.
Yes.
The las talon strength 10 AP3 damage D6 plus 1. The twin las cannon strength 12 AP3 D6 plus 1.
Yeah.
One shot. But rerolls to wound. Mostly it's this ability. You get back inside at when your opponent charges you.
Yes.
So you can screen out quite a lot, especially if you screen the 9-inch drop down with rapid ingress, move up, charge, you get back in the tank.
Yep.
And that kind of lengthens the charge out to like a 9 or a 10 again.
Yep. So this thing also can hold 12 guys, and Terminators count as 2. So you can put 5 Terminators into Captain or something inside.
Yes.
This thing,
Or you can put like a 6-man Blade Guard vet unit.
Yeah, you can just do that.
Or something.
And
they
then
charge
you can
something,
CR.
the repulsor moves up behind, they kill it, they get back in.
Yeah, it seems good. I like this thing.
They kill it when your opponent charges you, they get back in.
All right, cool.
Love that. That rule is going to be nuts at some point. Yeah. There's going to be something that abuses that. And I'm looking forward to it, honestly. Because you can just shoot them. You can shoot the tank. There are ways around it.
Fate Strayed Dreamer with a $2 super chat. Redeemer plus 2x6 Blade Guard and a Judiciar. I am here for it. I'm here for it, too.
How many does it hold? It holds 12?
No, the Redeemer.
Oh, the Redeemer?
Yeah. That package sounds amazing.
Wait a minute. So you just move the Redeemer up. You get out 14 duders that all fight first. You just charge your opponent. And if your opponent charges you back, you're like, one of these fights on death, one of these fights first.
And also you're overwatched by the Uber Flamers.
And also you're overwatched by the Uber Flamers.
Yeah.
That sounds miserable to try to deal with.
That sounds really good. Okay.
I am into that. That is a great plan. I love that. Fate Stay Dreamer.
I'm gonna try that.
Just go forward, charge. If you deal with me in combat, you're gonna be fought by both of them. One of them before you fight, one of them after.
Oh.
And you get overwatched.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, that's
Or
great.
you could just interrupt or something, but yeah.
Well, you fight first.
Yeah.
Then they fight on the other unit. And you fight on death.
Oh gosh.
Poof, poof, poof.
Okay. You get 4 activations out of your Blade Guard.
Whee! Well, you get a 5th when the unit they killed, you then move forward and go charge.
Oh god. Okay.
And then they fight first. That combination, I think, shuts down melee armies like single-handedly. It's great.
It does. The Repulsor Executioner, Heavy Laser Destroyer, Strength 16, AP4, D6 plus 4. That's quite good. But there's not a reroll.
If it targets a unit below half strength, you get +1 to hit.
That's not where you want it.
So much worse. The Ballistic Dread, great. Above half strength, reroll hits. Awesome. Below half strength, +1 to hit. Do you really need help killing things that are below half strength?
Yeah.
Not as much.
Can it take the plasma gun? Is it this one?
It can. It's fine.
This
thing better be cheap. That's all I'm saying.
Doesn't do a whole lot.
Certainly doesn't. Somebody said that we needed to prepare to be whelmed by the next data sheet, and I'm super whelmed.
Yeah, this one was fine.
You compare that to the Land Raider Redeemer.
Why, what are we doing?
What are we doing here? Man,
all right.
I just want to do that. One Land Raider Redeemer with that package. It makes me very happy. All right. The Rhino. End of your command phase. It regains a wound. Has firing deck 2, so you can shoot 2 heavy weapons out of the top of it.
Seems fine.
Yeah. Seems harder to kill than before.
Seems like a Rhino. I think they previewed this data sheet.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I mean, looking at the Repulsor Executioner, right, it shoots as hard as other things in the book, but without the benefits to, without any of the benefits, like, it doesn't have -1 damage, like, I mean, it's toughness 12. Toughness 12 is sweet. 16 wounds. 3 of saves a bit odd.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have, like, any rerolls outside of,
It's kind of clunky, too.
Oath of Moment. It's a little clunked. It doesn't have the ability to get back inside. It can only hold 3 Terminators, which is pointless. I don't know if Terminators come in squads of 3 at anywhere. You can hold 2 Centurions, which I don't think you can get either way.
No.
So you can hold 6 infantry. Like it feels like the midpoint between, if you want a good shooting weapon, I think you take the Gladiator or something like that. Take a Gladiator like a Lancer or something of that nature. Or a Ballistic Dread, something like that. If you want to transport, I think the Repulsor does it better.
Yes,
you get
or
back
the Land
inside.
Raider.
Or the Land Raider, for sure.
Land Raiders are really good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still, by the way, cannot get over the Redeemer plus 12 Blade Guard bets plus 2 Judiciars.
I'm going to have to play into that soon, aren't I?
You're going to have to play into that, like, today, I think.
We'll just go run Tyranids into it.
Whee! That sounds sweet.
Yeah.
All right, Razorback. So it does not have firing deck, but it has a gun.
It has
A twin-linked heavy bolter,
or
twin-linked las cannon,
Okay.
twin assault cannon. Twin assault cannon's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And then you select a unit that it hit, and then each time a friendly model disembarks from its transport makes an attack, reroll wounds.
Okay.
Which is pretty good. It cannot
good.
transport Tacticus armor, so it can't transport Primaris. I was about to say I really want a squad of Hellblasters with this, but no on that.
Sad.
You can transport Devs, though.
Sure.
Devs getting rerolling wounds is not bad.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
fine.
drive around, disembark the unit, shoot this, shoot the unit, and then you probably lose both pieces, but, you do get a lot of mobility, then drop out, then reroll wounds, which I think is sweet. An Impulsor has firing deck 6, so you can shoot a whole bunch out of it, and it also can take a Bellicatus missile, which is like a one-shot mediocre missile. It can take an Iron Hail Sky Talon array, which is decent. Probably take the Shield Dome in my mind.
Probably.
Get that 5-up invuln and have the units inside shoot, so it would probably be Hellblasters. Because they can also shoot and just use the wounds on the Impulsor to tank the Hazardous.
Yeah.
And then eventually you do kill it, get out, Hazardous shoot. I expect that to be fixed, though.
Yes.
I haven't heard anything, but that seems like the kind of thing where they're like, oh, we just forgot that that's a thing.
Yeah.
And then units can disembark into transport after it's advanced. So you can advance this thing around, get guys out and shoot, or you just move it around as a gunboat with guys inside.
I like Sternguard in this thing.
Yeah, Sternguard's sweet with it, right?
Yeah.
Or, right, because you drive it around. Let's see how many it holds.
Holds 6.
6.
Okay.
So it holds 5 plus a dude.
Yeah.
It's fine. I think it drives around, just shoots Hellblasters at you, and
Probably.
then eventually gets out, shoots Hellblasters, they die, they shoot again.
Yeah. Seems good.
Yeah. And then, Sternguard also drop a ton of damage with
Yeah.
it. I like it. And
The
it's not particularly abusable because it only holds 6 dudes, which is unfortunate. I kind of did want like a 10-man squad in here, but that's such is life,
You can shoot 6 Desolators.
Yes. All right. It can also hold 6 Blade Guard vets and just be there, but, Drop pod. Small must start the battle in reserves, but neither it nor any units are... So it ignores the limits to reserves, and it can be set up in a reinforcements phase of your first, second, or third movement phase, regardless of any mission rules. And then any units inside immediately disembark, and they must be set up within 9 inches away.
Yeah.
After the small has been set up on the battlefield, no units can embark within it.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
What does it hold?
It holds, I assume, 10 dudes.
10 dudes.
Cannot hold Jump Pack, Wolfen, Gravis, Centurion, or Terminator. Fair enough.
Cool.
But it can hold Tacticus.
Yeah.
So it can hold Hellblasters, Sternguard.
Desolators.
Oh, no. When we're in the Well, it can't hold Desolators plus a character.
Oh, that's fair.
Yes.
But you put your second squad in here.
Well, I was just imagining when we're in the Desolator War, you just take a drop pod, and whoever deploys second gets to drop the drop pod and shoot your opponent's Desolators.
That's hilarious.
It ignores the limits to unit count towards any limits placed on the maximum number of reserve units you can start the battle with. I assume that any limit includes the points limit.
Seiji Roots with a $5 super chat. So Bike Chappie can go with an Outrider squad and you can duct tape an ATV and take 6 bikes and be overlooked now.
It's cool.
Yeah, it seems cool. I have no idea. It seems we talked about that earlier about how you take the ATV and 6 Outriders and you give them dev wounds and they're twin linked. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
You know,
it seems
just
good.
it's a lot of mortal wounds you can pump out.
It's also like a ball of wounds. It's like annoying to kill.
Yeah. Landspeeder Storm.
Has Scooby-Doo in it.
It does have Scooby-Doo in it. A Firing Deck 6, so you can put Scout Snipers, I assume, in it? Yep, you can.
Okay.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to the special characters from, like, the different chapters at the end. All right.
Each time a unit disembarks from this model after it's made a normal move, that unit's okay, so it's also a Land Raider. So you got your one Sergeant Scout with a Thunderhammer, and then 4 dudes behind him.
Sure.
Woo!
I think it's more about taking objectives like it was now. You just get out and you go charge some nonsense.
Yeah.
All right. But Scout Snipers being able to shoot out the top of it is pretty good.
Yeah, I don't hate this thing.
Yeah.
Seems fine. Powers to protect Marines.
Yeah. Sure. I think it's sweet. I think Landspeeder Storm is sweet.
It's good now. It's still good. The Stormhawk Interceptor. It hovers.
It hovers, which is important. It lets you, lets you get on the board.
It's OC0, not -1 to hit. I think it's got, like, some Las Talons, probably.
Ranged attack that targets a unit that can fly, add 1 to the hit roll.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It seems fine.
Seems fine.
Seems fine.
Seems fine. Cool.
It depends on its points. +1 to hit. The one I'm really excited for, just not to skip over this guy. And it's a Las Talon with 2 shots.
Yeah.
It seems fine. +1 to hit. Icarus Storm Cannon, sorry. Gets 6 shots, all wounds on 2s against fly, and has Twin Links, so you reroll. Seems sweet. Mm-hmm. But the Storm Talon has hover and +1 to hit targets that don't fly. And that's most of
the
it.
second goofiest of the Space Marine flyers.
I love it. I have 2.
I have 2 as well.
I used to have 3, but rule of 2 for flyers, and now there's no rule of 2 for flyers.
Yeah.
But, you can get a decent number of weapons, right? You can get Skyhammer Missile Launcher, Twin Assault Cannon, and then you can replace the Skyhammer with a Twin Heavy Bolter, Twin Las Cannon, or Typhoon. Probably the Typhoon, because all the other ones reroll wounds but have, fewer shots, and just having more shots is more better. So, I think that's quite good.
Jackson Schumpert, member for 8 months for the Worm Gold, thank you very much. Do you know if Trajan's rule to ignore modifiers applies to AOC since it modifies the AP of the weapons and is not just a plus to save? And would this mean he also ignores Death Guard -1 damage strat? If so, I have no clue. That sure sounds like it requires an FAQ.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I think rules is written yes.
I would have to take a look at the exact wording.
Yeah, I have no idea.
My guess is, I would assume not ignoring. I don't know about the -1 damage. I would assume. You know what? I'm not going to assume. I don't know.
I have no clue.
Yeah. It's a good ability either way.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's ignore modifiers to the weapon characteristics. I would have to say. That's what it would have to say, by the way. He'd have to ignore modifiers to your unit's weapons characteristic, which I don't think it says.
I think it's probably hit rolls, wound rolls, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I'd have to pull it up. But if it says characteristics of your weapons, then sure. If it says characteristics of the unit, then I don't think so.
Yes. Storm Raven.
Storm Raven.
-1 damage.
-1 damage, which is sweet on a toughness 10, 14 wound vehicle.
This thing actually is pretty chunk. It's got
fairly chonked up.
Bucket of guns.
2 Storm Strike missile launchers, a Twin Assault Cannon, Typhoon missile launcher, and armored hull. And it can then be equipped with 2 Hurricane Bolters that are 12 shots apiece at Twin Links. It hovers. This thing has a lot of guns.
It also holds 6 Terminators. Or 12 Blade Guard veterans.
Yes, it can hold Centurions as well. But
it also holds a Dreadnought.
What?
Yeah, it's 12 dudes and a Dreadnought.
And a Dreadnought.
It goes in the back.
That's right. It's the little carrier things.
So you take your 12 Blade Guard, you drop them down, and they put a box knot next to it.
Whee! Well, I think legitimately, I think you do that, but not with the Blade Guard. I think you drop a box knot next to Hellblasters. Storm Raven's expensive, I assume, so it'd be fine, but
now.
It's sweet.
If it's not, then we're back to 6 and Gilliman or whatever.
Twin Heavy Plasma Cannon seems alright. Typhoon Missile Launcher seems great. Double Storm Strikes seem great. This thing can be kitted out, probably not cost effectively, but can be kitted out with a lot of guns.
I assume it's going to be like 350. If it's not,
I have no idea.
I have no idea, yeah.
No idea. It is sweet. You probably hover it almost every time, and then it moves 20 inches, gets the unit out, gets the Dreadnought out behind it, and you just go, ba 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 ba. But, having that combo for reroll 1s to hit isn't, the strongest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fun,
It's fine. It's fine.
It is a flying transport, so you do go the furthest.
It also is so hilariously non-aerodynamic.
It's just a floating
Just a
brick.
brick. The best one is the Space Wolf one, which is literally square. Okay.
All right.
The Hammerfall Bunker.
The Hammerfall Bunker. So this thing, each time an enemy unit is set up or ends a normal, advance, or fallback move within range of this weapon, if that enemy unit is an eligible target, the bearer can shoot this weapon at that target as if it were your shooting phase. The bearer can shoot up to 4 times this way in your opponent's movement phase.
So you get to shoot your Twin Heavy Bolter
array
4 times.
4 times when your opponent ends movement in range of it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's toughness 12. It's got a 2-up save. It's 14 wounds.
I mean, if you fire the Hammerfall missile launcher doesn't have that. But the Heavy Flame array, I think you take the Heavy Bolter array because you have sustained hits, you hit on 4s, and you're just like, oh, they moved in range. Brah! 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 And you just you chip a guy off here, chip a guy off here, chip a guy off here. It's hard to kill 12 wounds with a 2-up and 14
You don't want to
wounds.
shoot it. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. You just take 3 of them and just...
Could you imagine?
That would be very funny. And then you take a Redeemer with Overwatch.
Could you imagine?
Your fate. Your turn is my turn.
Could you imagine
now.
if this thing is like 50 points and we're living in the triple Hammerfall?
That'd be very funny.
That'd be funny, yeah.
And then also is the missile launcher, which is not a bad profile.
No, it's not. Okay. Does it hold dudes?
No.
I thought it was a bunker.
The dudes are in it firing the heavy bolters.
I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
What a stupid thing.
It's very funny. And then, yeah, it's a fortification, and it gives cover to units behind it.
Sure.
Sweet. It has here's a bunch of weapons that basically were already covered.
Yep.
Plasma is still strength 8, so it's mediocre into vehicles. Still good into infantry, which I think is where it should be. Yeah. Grav is very good into vehicles, but low AP. Weird. And then I think that's most of it. Missile launchers being strength 9, I think is a bit of a miss anti-tank wise, but a lot of anti-tank weapons, unless they're mounted by a vehicle, are going to wound on 5s and 4s into most tanks. So tanks are looking to be tough. Then we have sweet art. And we have more characters!
Kato.
Kato
Sicarius. He's got a pistol, it's a plasma pistol that doesn't get hot. And then he hits okay in combat. His unit gets scout and advance and shoot.
Come on, pep it up a little. He gives his unit scout, which is sweet, and they have assault, so they move very quickly and can still shoot afterwards.
Yep.
And then once per turn, when an enemy ends a move in range of him, they move 6 inches.
What can he join?
Yeah, that's kind of important, because if he joins a shooting unit...
Squad,
Stern Guard!
Stern Guard, okay.
Yeah, I think Sicarius is quite good.
I actually kind of like him now.
Stern Guard with Scout 6 and getting Assault, and then when your opponent moves near them, they just move back behind a wall.
That's very good.
It's actually very good.
Very good, okay.
He's pretty good in combat, too.
Yeah, no, he's not bad.
And then he also shoots. He has a good plasma pistol.
Yeah.
Love that.
So one thing where, I'll say it again, you're going to find a lot of these characters look awesome, and then you'll find they can only join, like, walking assault squads, and they are much less awesome.
Yes. So Chaplain Cassius can join a lot of good things.
Okay.
And when this Maul's leading unit, melee weapons equipped by Maul's in that unit have devastating wounds.
Okay, pretty good.
He is pretty good in a unit.
And on a 4-up fight on death?
4-up fight on death. He's
good.
pretty decent in a unit of Vanguard veterans. He takes away their scout, but he gives them dev wounds.
Yes.
That's probably where I put him, because he's just a melee buff.
Yeah, no, I like him.
Yeah. I like him quite a bit. Feeling the Pain 5+, and then Infernus is pretty funny. Anti-infantry 4+, dev wounds, flamer. So that's pretty sweet. And then combat, he's good.
He's like fine, yeah.
All right, Chief Librarian Tigurius, 4-up feeling the pain against psychic attacks and mortal wounds.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's very good.
While he's leading a unit, each time an attack targets a unit, -1 to hit. And once a battle round, you can target the unit with one of the following 5 stratagems for 0 CP.
So interrupt, overwatch, or go to ground, or heroic intervention. Yes. That's very good.
That is very, very good. And his gun is also good as well.
Yes, it is.
2d6 shots, hitting on a 2 blast, 622.
Yeah, no, that's great. And then
once he has hurt himself, that's when you use the
regular,
non 2d6 profile.
Because he can't kill himself with.
Yeah. He takes 3, and then he's like, all right, fine. Oh, actually, he's got 4 up against mortal wounds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he could totally blank that.
And then he's pretty solid in combat.
What does he join? Not much.
Stern Guard are the best of those.
Stern Guard are the best of those. You don't really make much use out of counteroffensive, but you do make good use out of fire overwatch.
Yep.
A counteroffensive or heroic intervention are the 2 I really would have liked. Yep. He's decent in assault intercessors, actually.
Yeah, he's not bad now.
Marnius Calgar plus his honor guard. Mm-hmm. While he's leading a unit, you can shoot and declare a charge and turn which it advanced or fall back.
Okay.
That's pretty solid.
Yep.
If he's on the battlefield, he gives you 1 CP every turn.
5, yeah.
That's very strong. And while this unit contains 1 or more Victrix Honor Guard, Marnius Calgar is very difficult to kill. 4 up, feel no pain.
And he's toughness 6, 6 wounds.
He slams in combat. He has 6 attacks at 8-3-3 that reroll to wound.
Wow, no, he
slams.
In combat.
And his homies have Victrix Power Swords, which are much better than they used to be.
Yes.
They used to be 1 damage. They are not.
The gauntlets of Ultramar are also like not bad in shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he can join a lot
of things.
He can join Blade Guard veterans, which is sweet.
We got a super chat from W Sleppy, $2. Wow, you guys are still going? Propsa. Yeah, this is a long one.
Yeah. This is probably going to be the longest one, and we're coming up on the end of it. But there's so many rules and so many units that I'm excited to get into.
Yes.
That I think it's sweet. Ultramarines, by the way, just having this wealth of characters, I think is going to
Actually be quite good.
Yeah. Khazra Hushadar is going to be very happy with them. Same with Thomas Bird.
Not the castle.
Now the castle is still around. All right. Sergeant Cronus. So he can command a vehicle. So let's take a look at that first. If you include one more vehicle models, he must start the battle embarked with one of those vehicles as though it was a transport. He can only disembark if it's destroyed, and while he's in it, he is said to be commanding it. And you can take him in Land Raiders of various stripes, a Hunter, Predators of various stripes, Stalker, Vindicator, Whirlwind, all the firstborn stuff.
Okay.
So Sergeant Cronus is decent in combat. Who cares? If he's in a vehicle, range weapons, ballistic skill 2+.
Okay.
Which is very solid. And then you can reroll a wound roll when resolving those attacks.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that quite a bit.
Yeah.
When this model disembarks from a vehicle, it gets lone operative, which just helps you hold objectives.
Yeah.
I think. Because when he disembarks, he doesn't go to the point where he would have to take a battle shock test, so you can just hold an objective in the open when your vehicle dies.
No, I like this guy, actually.
And he can go in a Vindicator.
Okay.
Which is pretty scary.
Yeah, or
he can go in a Whirlwind.
Which is actually quite good.
And reroll a wound roll and get ballistic skill characteristic 2+.
No, seems good.
I think him in a Whirlwind is the scariest thing.
Yeah, I agreed.
Him in a Land Raider is not bad either, though.
Yeah.
Sergeant Telion. So this guy can join Scout Snipers.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he can join Scout Snipers. Infiltrators, Scout 6, Stealth, was leading a unit, improve OC by 1 and +1 to hit. And then while he's leading a unit, each time that unit is selected to shoot or fight, select one of the following abilities: lethal hits, precision, or sustained hits 1.
I really like this. Plus, his gun is actually very good.
His gun's very scary.
Yeah.
36-inch range, 2 shots, 4/2, damage 3 with precision.
It's very good.
And he gets +1 to hit, so he's going to hit on 2s no matter what, basically. A lot of the time, I think he's going to go in Stout Snipers. They can't be shot. You stand in the back, 10 models plus him. Sustained hits 1, hit on 2s.
That sounds awesome.
Yes. Very scary.
Or lethal hits in like a Hive Tyrant, you fish for 6s. Yeah, no, seems great.
Same deal.
I like this guy a lot.
This guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Super awesome. You make a Scout Sniper unit that ruins folks.
Tyrannic, I have a story here. So when AOC came out, I was up here at the house testing, and the guys discovered that Tyrannic War veterans were like probably a little bit undercosted. They weren't good, but they were a little undercosted. And they were like, Quentin, run 30 of them.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah, run them into
Nick's unnerved Hail of Doom Eldar.
Yeah, you will never guess what happened.
I got tabled.
Ruined.
So fast.
Yeah, Hail of Doom plus Masterful Shots, legitimately all it did was kill Marines all day long.
Yeah.
And you put 30 Marines into it, because we told you to. Yeah. And guess what happened?
I put like 80 Marines. I put like 80 walking Marines into it.
And got shredded. Shredded. So these guys have a lot of anti-Tyrannid stuff. They have Dev wounds as well against Tyranids. So they're anti-Tyrannid 4+ with devastating wounds against Tyranids.
Man, if you're playing
Tyranids.
exclusively the Leviathan box.
Yeah, if Nids are a force,
Yeah.
Tyrannic War veterans will put them in their place.
Yeah, okay.
2 shots that just hit on 2s or hit on 3s, sorry, and
then,
just do mortals on 4+,
Yep.
and then they get into combat,
And they do mortals, yeah.
it's pretty horrifying if you're a Tyrannid, honestly. You only get 5, but hey.
Yeah. Uriel Ventress.
Yep. While this model's leading a unit, you can target that unit with a stratagem, even if that stratagem has already been used on another unit from your army this phase.
But you do have to pay the CP.
You still have to pay the CP cost for it. And then, in addition, this model's unit can still be selected as the target of a stratagem while battle shocked. That's fine. The main thing here is if you have a captain and Uriel, you can use this and the captain and the stratagem. So you can use the same stratagem 3 times.
He's fine in combat. He also gives one of your infantry units deep strike.
That's
So
pretty
you can
good.
deep strike your Desolators.
He doesn't have to be in the same unit as them either.
Right. He can just do whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
So if we enter the Desolator Wars, this guy might be the answer.
Might be.
Might be.
Because you can actually deep strike your Desos.
Yeah. I mean, you could also just walk them on.
But yeah, he's like an alternate captain. He can join Stern Guard, Intercessors, Assault Intercessors, and then you can use a stratagem, use a stratagem, use a stratagem if you have him, a captain, and a squad using the stratagem.
That's quite good.
Yeah. Gulliman, we've had this guy previewed. He has not gotten worse since then.
Yep, he's good.
He's
Take
good.
him.
He hits bananas hard. Yeah, Strength 14, AP 4, Damage 4 is just a profile the rest of the game does not have, it appears. And the 14 attacks with dev wounds also just clean scoops people.
Yeah. No, this guy is really good.
Really good.
He hits like a Primarch should.
Oh,
he's also
yes.
very durable.
Yes. And then he has a lot of abilities. So he's a pick 3 ability. He gets lone operative if he's within 3 inches of an infantry unit.
Yep.
And then when he's destroyed on a 3-up, he stands back up with 6 wounds remaining.
Yes.
Which means he doesn't have to take a battle shock, which means he just holds objectives.
Chat points out that you can use Uriel Ventress to deep strike your Centurions.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So the 3 abilities are very good. He's a 6-inch aura of +1 OC, rerolling battle shock and leadership. When you need it, you need it. But it's in your command phase, so you can figure out whether that would flip objectives and then choose that one. And then be like, all right, I score all my points.
Yep.
After you select an enemy unit using the Oath of Moment ability, you select a second enemy unit. If you kill the first one, you get rerolls on the second one.
That one's terrifying.
That one's horrifying. Knights hate this one weird trick of you're dead and also you're dead anyway back to you.
Yep.
Yeah. That's horrifying. It's a hellacious amount of rerolls. We're going to just flip the sign again.
Yep.
Yep. It's been 0 days since we've seen a unit that gives out full rerolls to hit and wound to your whole army. That's fun. And then finally, this one might even be the strongest one. Once per turn, player turn,
Your turn and your opponent's.
you can target one friendly Adeptus Astartes unit within 12 for a stratagem with 0 CP and can do so even if another unit from your army has already been targeted
so you
with
take
strat.
triple Land Raider Redeemers.
Overwatch. Overwatch.
Overwatch. Wait, is this a separate ability from...
I don't know if Overwatch, we'll have to see if that's clarified, because
Okay.
Overwatch has an inherent limiter on it. It says you can only do it once per turn.
You could do it, so you could use... You use this one, then you use the captain's one, then you use the strat, then you use Uriel Ventress.
It's a lot of characters, but yes, you can use a stratagem 4 times in a turn. Seems good.
CP reroll, baby.
Seems That's just very strong.
Yeah.
The full rerolls to hit and wound against a second target is very good when you're getting damage checked. And the free stratagems is probably the strongest one. That one's gross. And you can do it in multiple places. And you don't have to call your shot. So if you have a captain in a unit, right? Let's say you have fight on death. They start there. You call your fight on death for free, but then another unit can't use it because the captain specifically allows you to use it if another unit has. So Gulliman, though, can say, oh, you start there? Fight on death. And then you start here? Okay, 0 CP fight on death. It doesn't matter what order you do it in. I think it's very strong.
Very good.
Very strong.
Gulliman, very good. You're going to see him in a lot of lists.
Yes, he seems dope. All right, love that guy. All right, we're into Imperial Fists.
Lysander.
Darnath Lysander. He used to be very good.
This one's for you, Mayhew. I don't know, he hits kind of hard with his Fist of Dorn.
He's got a little fist on his hammer. Look
know.
at that. It's adorable.
He's actually quite durable. He can give himself a 2-up invulnerable save, which is hilarious.
Yep, and then while he's leading a unit, if an attack targets that unit, if strength is higher than your toughness, you're -1 to wound.
Yeah, so this dude does not die.
He doesn't die, and he makes his unit a lot tougher.
Yes.
He's not a captain, which is a little odd.
Annoying.
If he had that ability, I think it'd be
quite good.
really, really good.
Yeah.
As it is, he's one of two Imperial Fist characters.
Yes.
So if you take Imperial Fist, you're going to take it for him making a Terminator squad tough, and then
you take Torgaradon.
And he can join any Terminator.
Okay.
And then Torgaradon was leading unit. Ranged weapons get lethal hits and ignores cover.
Which is quite good.
And then every time he targets a monster, vehicle, or fortification, improves strength, AP, and damage by 2.
Okay, so he...
In combat, he becomes strength 14, AP 4, damage 4.
With 5 attacks. Wow, he just
and the
smacks out some
Artificer Grav Gun is anti-vehicle 2+, which would go to AP 3, damage 4.
That's also quite good.
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy hates vehicles. He has the captain tag, but he doesn't have the captain rule, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm less impressed by him than Darnath. I think Darnath just goes in a big Terminator unit. He's a beat stick. He makes them very durable.
I wish you could tank on him.
Yeah, that would be kind of gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pedro Cantor.
$1,000 and we get Richard to run this guy again.
So he's feeling pain 6+.
Yeah.
Dorn's arrow shoots 12 shots with sustained hits 1 inside 12, or shoots 4 shots within 12. Sorry, math's hard. Fist of Retribution is strength 8, AP 3, damage 3.
It's good.
Pretty scary. And once per battle at the start of either player's command phase, his unit gets +1 attacks to their weapons, not melee, not shooting, all of it. So their guns get +1 shot, and their melee weapons get +1 attack.
And then he gets +1 to hit if below starting strength, +1 to wound if below half strength. What can he join?
He can join Stern Guard.
Ooh, okay.
Other stuff, but Stern
Stern
Guard.
Guard, yeah.
Yes.
Command Squad, baby.
Yeah, the Stern Guard are definitely the one you get 2 shots, rapid fire 3.
Yeah.
Rapid fire 1, so you go 3 shots inside 12 and just...
Yeah.
Yeah, American capitalists who pay $9.99 this time. I'll chip in that last dollar.
Yeah. Iron Father Phyros.
Yeah, he was very gross in 8th edition.
He gives the unit 5 up field no pain.
While he's in it, what can he join for the record? Aggressors, Eradicators, Heavy Intercessors.
Okay.
That's pretty good in Aggressor Squad. Getting 5 up field no pain. While a model's in 3 inches, gives Lone Operative. So if he's by himself, he gets Lone Operative who's near vehicles. I want him in a unit to give 5 up field no pain, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then he is a heal 3 and +1 to hit for a vehicle.
He doesn't get angry.
He doesn't get that.
He doesn't get angry,
but he does hit hard generically. 2 attacks at 823, 6 attacks at 722.
You know, this guy's actually quite good. Yeah.
He hits. And then his Gorgon's Wrath is sustained hits 2. So if you roll 6, it's 2 extra hits. He has Tesla Heavy Bolter. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Giving an Aggressor Squad 5 of Feel No Pain is just money.
This guy, Kavian Shrike, has an awesome rule.
Yes. Kevin. While he's leading a unit, they cannot be targeted by ranged attacks unless they're within 12. That's gross.
Very good.
He also is Lone Operative himself, so if he's by himself, he's Lone Operative.
Mm-hmm. You can also put a unit back into strategic reserves.
At the end of your opponent's turn, if he's not within engage range, you can remove his unit and place into strategic reserves. Very good ability.
I will say Edgelord McGee, such a good model.
Yeah, he looks sweet.
So good.
He looks so cool.
So Blackout, such a good name for a pistol.
His gun is fine. His combat is good. It's twin-linked with precision, so he runs in and he domes a character like every single time. Yep. And I think that's awesome. And then he can't be targeted. Mm-hmm. Honestly, his unit, Vanguard Veteran Jump Packs,
I kind of like it.
Very strong.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Even if their weapons are kind of mid. Honestly, maybe an Assault Squad Jump Packs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I think he makes the unit good, but it's not that great.
So what you can do is you can run in, kill something, then leave.
No, it's at the end of your opponent's turn you leave.
Oh, never mind.
But you can kill something that they've thrown out in the middle of the open. You go kill it, and then 12 inches away, they can't shoot you, and then you leave, and I'm back here again. Yep. Jack, who do you like more, Gorilla Man or the Lion? That's so hard to say. The Lion is, like, on his data sheet better.
But Gorilla Man's, his buffs are very strong.
His buffs are nuts. Adrax Agatone.
Reroll.
As Miles leading unit.
Reroll wounds in melee.
Reroll wounds in melee.
Quite good.
Very good. He himself hits quite hard with that hammer.
Strength 10, AP 2 damage. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and then Dracus, which is a pistol at D6 plus 3 that auto hits at 411. Okay, you had me in the first half, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Well, an enemy is engaged at range, half the objective control characteristic of Miles leading unit.
That's good.
And he can join Stern Guard, Intercept. Okay, he can't join
anything
anything that fights in combat. God damn it! Why? Why do we have to be like that, huh?
If he could join Blade Guard.
If he could, it'd be great. Reroll wounds, awesome.
Vulcan Heston.
Oh,
this guy's funny. He picks an objective.
Okay, at the start of the battle, select one objective marker on the battlefield while the smallest in range of that objective marker. OC 10, lead 5+, feel no pain 4+. All right, apothecary biologist.
Yeah.
That is how it's done.
Yeah. He comes in with Gandalf. Thou shalt not pass.
And you're just like, yeah, I'm OC 10. What's it to you?
Yeah.
In your shooting phase, select an enemy unit within 24 inches invisible until the end of the phase. Each time a friendly Adeptus Astartes model makes a ranged attack with Torrent or Melta, reroll wounds. Okay, he's good. Yeah, he's good. Yeah. So you pick an enemy target, and everybody that fires Torrent or
24 in the Oh wow! So all your Eradicators reroll all their wounds.
They already do that anyway. But yeah. Okay. But all your Flamers reroll wounds, all your multi-meltas reroll wounds.
That's
good. He's a build around.
He's quite good.
I think he's sweet. What does he go in though?
Let's find out.
Assault, Command, Infernus, and Tactical. Okay,
Infernus Marines I kind of like.
Infernus Marines I kind of like. He is here to buff your army.
Yes.
It doesn't matter as much what he can go in.
Yes. He's also kind of trolly funny on his one objective.
I think you just pick the middle and you put him on it and you're like, it's mine! He's decent in combat, not great, but then his Gauntlet of the Forge is a really good flamer. Especially if you reroll wounds. Mm-hmm. I think Vulcan's a build around. I think he's sweet. Oh, sorry, yep. It's been 0 days since full rerolls to your entire army.
Kasaro Khan. He gives his unit Assault and Lance. That is very good.
Yes, his unit slams. And then he
Dating
has
wounds,
precision in built
Strength
with
5,
dev
2,
wounds.
damage 2, so he's also just good at killing stuff.
And when he kills a character, you get a CP.
So seems good. What does he join? Assault Intercessors.
You're not going to be happy about it.
No,
Yeah.
no, never mind.
Assault Intercessors are fine, but he's wildly wasted in that unit. Yeah, he's a great assassin.
He is.
But he's super wasted in Assault Intercessors. Lance gives you +1 to wound on the charge.
Yep.
And that's it. That's all. I tried scrolling down. We're at 252 or 252. We end on Corsair Khan.
We get a Jack.
He doesn't have his bird anymore. He can't throw his burb at people.
Oh, that's sad.
I like it. John is having too much fun.
I
Vulcan, know. Sweet.
Yes.
Ultramarine characters are sweet. And honestly, a lot of the units just had stuff that they did I thought that was very sweet.
So can we take a minute and just say there was one really broken unit.
Yes.
Right? There were like 2 or 3 trash units.
And there's, points depending. A lot of them have rolls.
Right? Like, there was not a unit we read and was like, I don't see, like, the reverts were the only thing that, like...
Yeah, and even there, I could see them just being cheap, scout, take objectives.
My point is that, very broadly speaking, I'm actually really happy with this index.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems strong, it seems good.
The fact that they had, like, 150 data sheets, and helps. I think they missed on, like, one of them is...
Like, there was one monster combo in 252 data sheets.
Yeah, and the rest of it seems good. Good. I think Space Marines are really good.
I agree.
But I don't think they're nuts.
No.
You know, I'm really excited for I'm really excited for this codex.
I agree.
All right, let's address. We've got Kaldorf, member for 21 months.
Ooh, look at that.
Ferd Emperor, loving all the daily streams and videos. Are there any characters that can join tacticals?
Quite a few. A lot of the first one ones can.
A lot of the first ones
can.
Yep. Kaldorf also gifted 1 Art of War 40k membership to Sidon. You two are bonded forever now.
I know.
All right, so I am very excited for this book. I think it's great, and it's got a lot of ways to build from it for different supplements. I'm excited.
John Berkness, the combo is Desolators plus a Librarian plus Storm of Fire plus Bolter Discipline. George Blotter, Lance is +1 wound. W. Sleppy, super chatting to say, death to the false emperor during your summary, get wrecked loyalists.
What? This is the wrong time to do that, buddy. I have sworn an oath of moment against you, and I'm now re-rolling hits and wounds.
Slow rolls to wound.
That's right. All right. I'm super excited about this. I can't wait to get points, because then we'll be able to find out which things are efficient,
which things are not.
Which things are not.
Coming out in the future.
Yes. Yes. So, all right. I think that's us for today.
We'll be back on Monday or maybe Saturday, whenever GW releases the next index.
Yep. When GW releases rules, we will be here.
We will be here.
All right. That's about a 3-hour-long stream. I think that's enough. We will see you next time. And don't forget to check out the War Room if you like content like this. We have a great global community down in the description down below, and a 3-day free trial. You can check out everything we have to offer.
Yep.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.